Syrin Richxson here. All of you people who think KOF 15 is, at the moment, kind of lacking, some would say. Kind of here to give you the facts. If you're just a little too focused on, not having your waifu or favorite character or whatever in KOF yet. That being said, now that Athena is out of the way, all we need is K-Dash's trailer. I think of this section of trailers as kind of like the first part of a couple seasons of a show. Let's use JoJo's for example. Part 1 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is a little bit boring to some people, but it is important to the overall story. Like how these legacy SNK characters are, of course, important to the KOF franchise and brand as a whole. KOF has a massive roster, and people like consistency, with a little bit of surprise every once in a while. So it makes sense as to why we haven't seen too many characters yet that really promote hype, other than Zuru and Team CYS, better known as Team Orochi. Each team is going to be revealed one character at a time, for whatever reason, and a couple characters will be put in there to throw you off that may have a similar look to other characters. A lot of people were thinking it was going to be Angel, but instead, of course, we got Athena, which is, in all honesty, a bit of a mix-up compared to just revealing Angel or Angel, or however you like to say it. The fact of the matter that we saw those fan-favorite characters in the first place, as early as we did, is kind of surprising. While I'm trying to defend SNK from what some have said, I can't go unnoticed that their slogan of Shatter All Expectations hasn't been met as of yet, but the game as a whole still shows some promise because of some of these fan-favorite characters that have been shown already. And that's all I really gotta say for this bit. Hopefully Chris let me have the floor. Also SNK, could you maybe add Zokaku and Zuchi to the KOF 15? That would be great. SNK, please. I just want my boy from Fatal Fury in here, man. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
So how did y'all enjoy the PSA? Did you like it? Did you?
Did I?
Regardless, I know y'all missed us. It's been, 3 weeks now? 3 freaking weeks? 3 weeks. But the Shattering is back, ladies and gentlemen. And you heard an extra voice there, despite the fact you don't see the avatar right there right now. But nevertheless, of course, there are 3 of us today. You know me, of course, as Chris Lotus, or y'all dubbed Chrysalid. Let's go with that. And I'm joined along with... Syrin's mic probably done freaking exploded to about 500,000 pieces, but...
Don't worry, I'm here. My name is That Creepy Reading, and I am mildly entertaining, but not very entertaining, according to most people.
You got many more subs than I do. You've got to be doing something really good,
Nah, mostly just shit posting.
That's shit posting.
They're very well informed shit posts.
Isn't that kind of the opposite of what that is?
Normally.
But yeah, this is Creepy Reading. Then I just helped this awesome dude put together some content recently. You can check out his channel, even though I think he will not like the fact that I just said that, because...
It's alright. I don't mind.
No, because usually you're like, no, don't come over here. Don't come over here. Don't come over here.
I like to take self-deprecating route.
I see there then. And aside from that, also he's been heavy on the freaking Guilty Gear Strive tip at least recently. How's that been for you there?
Well, I'm very tired and covered in sweat.
Yeah, he literally goes in. He literally goes in like what is it? Mind, heart, body, and soul. Whenever he, well, maybe not soul. Bad
I'm
guy.
a heart and body player.
There we go. I'm not saying like he doesn't have a soul. It's just that I think soul is a very, you get. For those of you that know about Strive, you get it. You know what's up.
And Cheshire is having technical difficulties, so
Yeah,
for now I will.
yeah. I just peeped in like the Discord there. He will let his presence be known once it goes down.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
just
Well,
like
sorry.
and just like that, he's back.
Sorry. Uh, it's having some extreme technical difficulties getting the stream to actually go up.
It was just some very rich timing. No pun intended. 3 weeks.
See what you-
3 weeks there. I was kind of laid down the law with the PSA there, huh?
Indeed, I was.
You want some floor, huh? You want some floor, you say? All right.
Uh,
You got some
yeah,
floor now.
sure.
What's up? What you got?
Well, um, jeez. Okay. I've got some cool stuff here. For one, hi, I'm back after 3 weeks, like you said already. But most importantly, everyone is out in KOF 15 at the moment.
Say doubters?
There's some. There are people. Some people will say, "Oh, I don't know. This game is just going to be a KOF 14, but with like a new code name." There's some people who are saying that expectations haven't been shattered yet. It's like, I don't know. Some people are just saying some poor stuff about the game when this is a KOF game. We're early on, but I mean, I could see where they're coming from. But most importantly, since Athena is out of the way, that really only leaves K-Dash, who is one of the big SNK representative legacy characters. So I think after we get K-Dash's trailer, I think we're going to start seeing some more expectation shattering stuff. That's just my theory. It could be completely wrong. But as I said before with Team CYS, while they're not an expectation shattering team, they have a big fan base behind them, and they were shown off, relatively early. I'm not saying super early, but it was relatively early for KOF game with this huge roster. But that's just me. What do you guys got to say on that?
Alright, my rebuttal is this right here. The funny thing about that is, and I know you can't like pay attention to like YouTube comments because sometimes there'll be so many within a video. But here, because the funny thing about it was, I said the exact same thing after they finally got the women fighters team out the way. I had told somebody, I don't know who, I think it was because I have a couple of usual people that comment or whatever. I said, now that we finally got that, if we could just get K-Dash and his team out the way, now stuff can get interesting. And I still stand by my point that I said before. They made a huge mistake not getting him out the way unless there's a team shakeup. Now, I've talked to a few other people, shout outs to everybody in Ignite Rizzy's Discord, that's cool, talking about KOF and other fighting games. Shout outs to Onyx Blade, another good YouTuber, small YouTuber. I talked to them about this, and they think that simply because Maxima is not that well liked, generally speaking, when you look at like the fandom, they think that that team is going to have a different member. I've heard people theorize maybe Whip is going to be on that team with him and Kula. Maybe it might be Angel. and this person that nobody can identify is the one that's actually going to complete the wrestling team. You know,
That's interesting.
SNK still, to me, made an error not getting his stuff out the way. But hey, they made the women fighters team announcement worth it. That was worth it because I was fine with that. I know a lot of people still want their Hanakos and their, who else? Meilis and Kasumis and who else? Who else has been on that team that's not been grouped up already? That's about everybody, I think. Or a new character. Anybody but Alice. Anybody but Alice. And they
You know what else?
And they did it. They did it. Like, they made that count. So, like, hopefully, with K-Dash, I hope it is. Because, one, I want a surprise since they held off on this for too long. And number two, I just can't bring myself to like Maxima. I really tried. But he's boring. He's boring. I can't... It is nothing against robot characters. Robot characters can be cool, but he's just not. He's like there. K-Dash and Kula stand out. He's there. He's a good, he's a good foil to K-Dash since, like, you know, he's more level-headed, but he could be that in storyline. So it's like, come on, but hey, we don't know. We haven't seen it. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's not going to even be Kulu on that team. Maybe K-Dash... Not possible. I was about to say, maybe he had some friends that we don't know about, and that's going to be his teammates now because he didn't like the big boring robot and the freaking dumb bratty ice cream loving girl. I don't know. I don't think K-Dash has many friends. Outside of maybe Whip, who looks like his sister. I think she is, I think. But it's like, how much of like that are KOF 15 doubters and how much of them are just concerned? Because everybody that's just critiquing the game ain't a doubter. Some of them are concerned. Because really, I meant to make a video about this, but I didn't want to because one thing I will give, and I hate when people talk about this as a crutch, but no, it's not a crutch, it's reality. COVID definitely slowed some mess down. It did. A lot of different things happened, like, you know, Japan might be doing better with the pandemic, and I did that on purpose, it wasn't a slip of the tongue. While they're doing better than us in the States with it, though, some stuff still happened. Around the same time, KOF 15, like when they announced that they were going to push the game back to next year, New Japan Pro Wrestling canceled a bunch of shows. Guilty Gear Strive was set to have an arcade release. That didn't happen because of COVID. So, anybody who is, like, blaming companies for stuff like this where more than likely COVID messed it up, come back to Earth. Come back to Earth. Like I said in the video where I was talking about why I thought that them pushing it back to 2022 was a good thing, y'all don't want to hear this, but I'm going to say it. There are much more important things in life than your little fighting games, your little video games. These people are making these games for us. You don't have them in good health, you don't get a game.
This guy gets it.
So, like, if you're on that tip right there, it's about time to come down. All right? Be real for a second. Now, I do think that SNK really should have just got all the legacy characters out of the way. Because they still could have, like, played, you know, a guessing game with us if you just kind of, like, you know, let's say, for instance, you know, it was everybody we saw in the beginning, but then, you know, you saw Rio and you saw Robert. And you saw, like, maybe... Let's see, who else? The Ikaris, I don't know if you could split them. Maybe you could and be, like, teasing if there's going to be a high turn coming or whatever. But there should have been more legacy characters revealed because we know they're coming. That's the biggest problem with KOF at this time when it comes to character reveals, is that nearly everybody that has come out has been an expected character. The only surprise that really got me, and I'm not just saying it because I like all three of these characters, the Secret Agent mess was a surprise because everybody, for the most part, I'm thinking was like, she's going to be back with Kim and Gongil, and they're going to continue to embarrass Kim, and anybody that said they bet on Luong being on the Agents team is lying in my eyes. You either lying or you're like posing like a commoner that happens to work behind the scenes with SNK. One of those two things, but it can't be, I just took a guess. No, you didn't. But I've said, like, because I've critiqued the way it happens. Like, people talk about Team CYS then. Maybe it's because someone like me pays attention to the lore when I do my prediction for the roster videos. That was kind of telltale. What's up, Common Rider? That was a telltale if you know the lore. Now, maybe everybody doesn't know about the lore. Maybe that surprised you. But still, it's like, I pay attention to the lore. It was there in... Freaking, it was there. We know they were alive. Oguda confirmed it. So some of them, amongst that flock of people that were revived, they're coming back. They're gonna.
Yeah.
They're gonna. Like I said, the only thing was the agents mess. Like I said, anybody who said that they guessed the agent team is lying. Or a freaking... the Smurf equivalent of somebody trying to be a genius, but you work backstage and you get all the tips on everything. Like, please. Because me, I'm still looking forward to KO 15. I still cover the game. The only breaking thing for me with KO 15 is going to be the freaking game better have freaking rollback, and I mean that. Anybody, like, because I was telling Syrin this off screen then. I know Creepy was joking if y'all watched this stream. Because I told Syrin, he was like... Creepy was like, I don't know anything about KOF then, but Chris over here freaking sucks that game off, so ask him.
It's true.
You would be surprised. See, the thing is, you say that, though, the people who are real shills for the game, they would, like, legit die laughing at what you just said. There are people that shill this game hard that hate me for talking about...
That's their problem.
They
I
hate
mean,
me
I
for
can't...
They hate me for talking about rollback. They hate me for talking
You can't
about...
fix stupid.
See,
man.
I'm just saying, like, they would be like, this guy is a shill, though. We don't like him because he's always talking about rollback and, like, certain characters ain't there, when that's not the case. I mean, most of who I've seen has been good or great. And then you got the people who
Headphones Coon. Headphones Coon.
you talking about Shune. Oh, by the way,
I'm not a big fan of that guy.
Yeah, I did, Syrin, so remember, like, I had that little, I told you about that one freaking random idiot that got hella mad at me? By the way, more proof, just saying. Like, I know Creepy was joking, but it's like, people that, like, interact with me then, because this guy legit was mad at the fact that I criticized that Shune trailer. Y'all know the story.
Oh my God.
Y'all know the story. I legit sat down and I showed Creepy Shune's trailer, and then I showed him the most recent trailer they put out, which was Athena's. And it's like, far as like when it comes to presentation of playstyle and everything then, or at least overall, he liked Athena's in that aspect. He didn't like Athena as a design either, I think. Was it the voice? Creepy?
It was... okay, so we're talking about Shune, right?
Well, like, I was telling Shune, I called Syrin Shune.
Yes, that's I.
I called him.
Yep,
I called you Shune, which is bad. But no, I was telling Syrin like how, remember I played you Shune's trailer, and I played that because I asked you between his and Athena's, which was like the purple haired kind of like idol looking girl. I asked you which one was better. It's like when you said in terms of presentation, you liked the Athena one more, albeit you didn't really care for, like, I guess Athena's look or the voice.
Yeah, honestly, like when it comes to like Japanese games especially, the higher pitched voices, like I have autism and this is a me issue, but when a voice pitch gets to a certain point, it makes my spine tingle and like makes me like cringe. And like May from Guilty Gear Strive, her English voice is fine, but her Japanese voice is always in that area of making my spine like crunch into a pretzel.
No wonder you hate that missile. It's like I said earlier, you're worrying, one, about getting hit by the dolphin, and two, listening to that.
I have to listen to it. You have to. You either listen for it or you get killed, so...
Damn.
That's all you got.
But like he really just thought Shune looked like the most dinkiest thing yanked out of a creative character. Freaking, I'll let him speak for himself.
It's like you hit the it's like you hit the random button in that game or something.
What did you say if you can recall? What did you say specifically about Shune? Creepy.
Well, the problem with him is that everything about him kind of sucks, but most importantly, the headphones. Has anyone here like actually worn headphones, like just walking around with a pair of over-the-ear headphones? Those shits are not secure. They are not secure. They don't like okay, if I'm like getting punched at, my headphones are gonna fall off while I'm trying to dodge the blows. You know, if you twist your head too far around, headphones like that will fall off your head. So I'm looking at this guy like doing his little battle, and I'm like, those headphones are falling off. They look stupid and make him look stupid. Oh man, you can't even fucking hear them because you got over-the-ear headphones. I bet they're noise canceling too, so it's even worse.
They look way too old to be noise canceling headphones. Those look like the headphones like people used in the 1960s to communicate to each other about like, hey, there's a plane landing here or something having to do with radar.
Either that or skull candy bass crunchers.
Oh my god!
I have no clue what that is, but
that's
sure.
That's the reason why I let him freaking. Well, I let him take it because I mean, Creepy can only explain things the way Creepy can. But you know what? I'm actually glad that I showed you that then, because you know now you. And Jose, what's up?
Oh yeah, he tuned into one of my streams actually earlier this week.
Really?
So that was cool.
Creepy being.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, Jose or Creepy.
Jose, not Creepy.
Jose.
Hi.
Jose, good people. Jose, good people. Always good to have him around.
Yeah, Good Monday thing.
I wonder, let me... Since he's saying that, I'm gonna send you, like, this is a theory, I don't know if it's true, but I wouldn't put it past him. Somebody, I think on a forum that I was randomly looking at, because I was doing research, because you saw those of you who keep up with the 10 fascinating facts about KOF character series, realized that Shune turned up to be an option. And so I was researching and researching and researching. And I think I might have found the character that they tried to model him after. And seeing how y'all were talking about headphones, it doesn't get any better.
My cousin would always say you look like Deku. And I'm like, kinda? A little?
I'm gonna put it in the Discord.
Okay, anyway. I had something to say.
But there it is. Just to get it out the way, there it is. Let me put it on the freaking for the stream to see. Hang on.
I kind of see it. Looks more like a male version of the
Take those goddamn headphones off, Sonic. Oh my god! Can we stop designing fighting game characters with headphones? Like okay, like if you have in-the-ear earbuds, fine. That's cool. That's like whatever, you know, because like those things will stay in. But these like over-the-ear headphones, wear one.
There it is.
Wear a pair of headphones and then ask yourself, would anyone trying to punch someone else ever wear this?
What's up, Shuichi? Not even
In all fairness, you could say the same thing for Charlie and his glasses. Or really any character with glasses. Because if you get decked, things are coming off your face.
Yeah, but you also need to see, so they like serve a second practical purpose.
You know, there's these little things
I think you
called
got
contacts.
They
might want to invest in those.
Yeah. I mean, because heaven forbid you be a fighter and, like, you get those decked. I mean, like, and the funny thing about it is you might appreciate this. By the way, for those of you who don't know, since I have, like, the vision up on my screen right there, that is a character named, and I kid you not, L Blue. E-L-L Blue. He was in that one heavily influenced by KOF fighting game which I think is only available on PC or something like that. It was called Jin Doji Wong, King of Combat. Because, like, if you look in there, there's a bunch of characters that, like, look like KOF characters. There were 2 KOF characters in there. Benny Maru and Terry were in that game. But, you know, you look at the main protagonist of Jin Doji Wong, it's Kyo decked out, but, like, he's just red. Have you seen that? Have you seen, like, what he looks like?
I've never heard of it.
Oh, hold on. I got you. Hang on. Like, you might not think it at first then. I'm gonna send you 2 images, because, like, characters have alternate costumes in here, too. And the messed up part about it is, you look at one image, you're like, meh, okay. Maybe it might be a Kyo ripoff somewhat. Maybe. But then he has an alternate costume, and the alternate costume is a lot more damning, may I say. That was the one with, like, him being red and everything. That's his normal outfit. Here's the alternate.
Oh my. Okay, well, yeah, now they're just not even trying to hide it.
For those of you, like, I'm gonna put it up here.
At least they got rid of his stupid headphones.
That's gonna be the triggering thing for, like, that.
I mean, he may kind of look like Sonic as a human Sona, but...
Has he seen Sylvie Paula Paula?
I don't think he's seen Sylvie Paula Paula.
Can you send him a picture here?
Somebody, is it called Sucker Punch Productions or is it Working Punch Productions? Because someone actually did, like, a rundown about, like... But, by the way, I have it on stream there. Yeah, like, all these characters, L Blue and freaking Yan, they're from a Chinese fighting game. It's a game called Jin Doji Wong, a.k.a. XZDW. There we go. If you look it up, like, on Fighters Generation, whatever, you'll know, because this is a game... Jose,
okay.
It's been 3 freaking weeks. Jose's roasting me. He said El Blue looks like a human version of me.
Okay.
I guess my persona.
Creepy.
Yes.
Alright. Tell me what you think of this chick.
Yeah.
I think it looks like Pinkie Pie.
I mean, hey, he didn't, you know, it didn't trigger him like...
My first immediate reaction that it's like overly designed, like there's just a lot that's like assaulting my eyes.
I mean, that's the whole point of her like design, though. At the same time, but yeah, it's certainly something.
Basically, all I get from this is that she's maybe bubbly and doesn't know how to dress herself. So.
Yeah,
I mean, if they're trying to convey a personality, I feel like there's better ways to go about that. And I don't necessarily...
She's kind of bubbly, like, she's kind of dorky, like, the animations, like, there's crap where she's looking like she doesn't know, like, how to stand up straight then. Like, she's swaying side to side, like, I guess her spine is broken or something. And on top of that, you got her friends by her side, those big eyeballs. That being said, though, I thought, like, her super in 14 was actually really good. I thought it was actually excellent.
The best way I would describe her design is you went into the arts and crafts class, and then you slapped a bunch of glue over your hand, and then you went into a bucket full of like random stuff like googly eyes and stuff, and just went in, pulled your hand out, there you go, Sylvie.
I just think that her design is like very loud and obnoxious.
But like... I gotta find like the YouTube page. Like,
so I'm someone who like really appreciates like regular, more natural designs, which is why I like the Guilty Gear Strive rework a lot better.
Yeah, because a lot of those I didn't realize until someone pointed it out that a lot of like certain characters' looks in Strive got a little bit more, I guess, I don't like saying Americanized, but modernized, if you know what I'm saying, modernized. Because looking at it, I didn't think about it at first. Because then, like, you look at May, it's like, that hat looks like kind of, you know, very modern. Like something like a, I might be wrong, but...
Honestly, May's design was never, like, bad.
Like, But now, like, she went from looking like, a pirate girl to somebody, looks like almost like a hipster almost. I want to say.
Oh, the only thing I had noticed with May that was noticeably different, she looks like she's 5 years older than she was in the last game.
Like, a better example would be, like, the difference between Kai Kisk from, the last Guilty Gear to the new one. Like, in the last one, he looks like an anime villain from the 90s. And
Shuichi in the chat. I'll hold on to it. I got you, Shuichi. Keep on going.
But, like, if you go, like, now, like, with what he looks like now, I mean, he actually looks, like, respectable and cool and not like a 90s anime.
Yeah, like any one of those, night anime or whatever, like he look. But Shuichi,
I don't know.
Shuichi, as usual, is like the genius when it comes to looking at like into designs of characters in KOF. Sylvie is inspired by Kiari Pamayu. I've heard that name before, and also Shuichi says, and the more fashion style of people in Harajuku, for example, which it kinda is, but I will say Syrin and Creepy still kind of have a point where. Because I have seen Harajuku stuff like that, but it seems like they tried to get super crazy with freaking Sylvie, honestly. Like, that's what I see.
It's just like, it doesn't really, by looking like that, you're not really conveying much to the audience other than they clearly don't know how to dress themselves. Like, why would the character choose to dress like that? Are they like a crazy person?
But you know what?
I mean, really.
I see what they mean though, because I'm gonna put it like in the Discord. Because her mess is kind of out there, I will say, so I can see where Shuichi's coming from. Her stuff is out there. Because I've heard that name. I knew she was like a singer or something like that. Like Kiari Pamayu stuff is kind of out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like, so is Lady Gaga. It's not a good. I wouldn't say that's a very good design. I just say that it's.
Do you think like when you look at Kiari Pamayu and then like look at Sylvie, it's like doesn't it seem like like that's what I said, like hers is kind of out there, but like they kind of tried to take it to 500,000 with Sylvie. I mean, for somebody who has like a very kind of really colorful out there type of fashion, then you put her next to like Sylvie, she looks very.
She looks like a Disney Channel like sitcom star from the mid 2000s.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Like she looks like she could be on the cast of iCarly, and that's like the only. Like my thing is that with character designs, you're supposed, like, especially in fighting games, you're supposed to convey as much as you can about the character at a moment's notice. Because, when you're at the main selection screen, you need to know, like, basically who you're picking and why to pick them. And so if we go back to that image that you sent us, like the one before the real life girl, and we just look at the in-game picture of I don't know how to dress myself and second girl. Second girl is already instantly like more appealing. Like just from a I can get their kind of personality. The both like with the posture where it's kind of like tense and stiff, like ready to go at a moment's notice. The Chinese looking like garb with like I don't know. It kind of gives me an idea of what she's all about, like just by like looking at her. She looks like a serious character that has some sort of Chinese influence, and that's cool. That's like I already get that from her though. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Who are you? What did this to you? And like if we look at another weird character like Faust from Guilty Gear Strive,
of course.
like yeah, he's a wacky dude and he's like crazy, but like his design, it's like you see him in a doctor outfit and you get the wackiness conveyed through his animations, not like the fact that they look like they dress themselves using a toy catalog.
I think Faust got over with his weirdness because with Faust, the weirdness is far from just past how he looks then. Almost everything that character does, if you play the super serious traditional fighters and stuff like that, if you do that, then you're gonna see this character Faust, and it's like, you've heard me say it a couple of times, and then like, I've played like a lot of Guilty Gear. It's like, who does this? He legit freaking swallows you whole, gets pregnant with you, and then craps you out of a freaking black hole from the sky. Like, who does that? Who does that?
Faust, apparently.
That's why Sylvia, like I said, I give Sylvia a pass though, because at least, like, I mean, you're looking at stills of her then, but I predict that maybe he might not like her too much if he sees her in action. Should we have him react to?
That's up to him.
Should we?
If you want to, I'm here. You got me.
Should we have him react? No, like, oh no. But I was gonna say, like, at least with her, she's like, the movements and animations, like, she's got like some charisma about herself. Then it might be appealing to some, it might be creepy to others, it might be awkward to others. It's like, at least she has something there, at least. Whereas a couple of 14 newcomers, they didn't have much of anything, honestly. It's like, aside from like Gongil, I'll even talk about freaking Team South America. Because y'all know I like those characters, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that aside from like, maybe like Nelson, did any of them really develop? I mean, they got personality, but their personalities aren't really like standout. Or anything like unique or whatever. Nelson, kind of serious, kind of, I ain't gonna say bland, but kind of like, I still can't believe they had him beat freaking KOD. Like, I don't get what is with KOF putting boxers against wrestlers? I mean, Tekken wouldn't even do that. Like, imagine Steve Fox and Tekken, like, legit goes in there and he goes against, like, King, Armor King, or freaking JC, if Julia wants to be a luchador, then I think Steve Fox and Lore would body all the wrestlers in freaking Tekken. Why would you do that in KOF? Why would you do that? I mean, and it's like, it's Nelson, and I want to pick on Nelson, but like, because I was talking to Jose about this, I think KOD/Tizok got it worse. He jobbed out to Nelson, and it freaking made him go hysterical and crazy and bruise his ego. Yeah. Big Bear, Raiden, on the other hand, at least he lost to Andy. Andy, he's no Terry Bogard, but I mean, Andy is a veteran. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
he's a veteran.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, freaking Andy beat him into a good guy.
When did he do that? I've never heard that, actually. I always thought he was just a kind of like...
But that's why, because I don't know if you ever see my chat though, but like, that's why Jose doesn't, he doesn't like the gimmick changes then, because it's like, they'll change gimmicks when they lose. I think this is what, and like, I think I finally understand where he was coming from. I think what he's saying is, he doesn't like the fact they change gimmicks, and then even after they do that, they still lose. Like, you lost to this one person. Oh my God, I was the best, the strongest in the world. I lost to this. I lost to this freaking chump right here. Oh my God, I'm gonna change my mask and I'm gonna be somebody else then. That loss I had is the person that didn't count. And then what happens afterward? They lose. Still. I guess Jose would like you to, you change your gimmick, you change your look, at least get something out of it. If you're gonna keep losing, did it really matter if you were a dinosaur or a hawk? Whether you named yourself, whether you were masked or not, it doesn't really matter. You still lost. You keep losing.
Really do be that way sometimes.
It's just like, come on, man. Seriously. I'm still laughing at creepy freaking like. So, word to any developers who might watch this then, if you put headphones on your character, creepy is going to freaking...
It's just stupid. It doesn't work in any context. Like, you'd have to be like, yes, this character's a mouth-breathing idiot, and...
wish there were.
That's why he wears the headphones,
I
and
wish-
he also puts a hood on.
I wish there were more characters like that. So I could just send them I could just send pictures randomly to freaking Creepy and he get pissed off. It's just driving him crazy.
I hope that like Shune's like KO animation when he gets KO'd, it just has his headphones flying off.
I know Creepy will definitely come in, because I don't think Creepy knows this right here, but since you brought it up, Syrin, so
Yeah.
you know, so I forgot exactly where it started. Somebody in the chat or Syrin or somebody could probably pinpoint it for me. With technically only 2 of like the female characters in KOF, then when they would get hit with like a super move, like when they get finished with a super move, when they fall down, like, you know, their like, you know, their upper, like, you know, shirt or whatever, it would rip. King and Yuri would do that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know, because we were talking about this when we were watching True Underdog's video about, you know, explaining the hypocrisy with NetherRealm Studios, with the, you know, them explaining away, hey, you know, we try to make it realistic and all that, and good for combat and all this. It's like, okay, you want to be consistent. In this case, it's like, okay, if they're gonna freaking have like their shirts ripped with a freaking KO, then why can't this kid's freaking headphones fly 500,000 miles into the freaking galaxy? Why does this mess stay on him? Are they glued?
Yeah, that's the secret. They're technically glued to his ears because they kept falling off when he kept getting beaten by Maiden-kun. So he's like, I want to keep these on. I want to listen to my jams.
Suichi in the chat says AOF 1 was when they first did it with King. Okay, thank you, Shuichi.
I think it was in AOF 2 that they had it, so like literally everyone's clothes would rip or something. I remember it being something.
Because I know, like, if Creepy was like hip to that, then he'd be like, y'all can do all of this crap for this long, then, but this kid could just keep his freaking headphones even when somebody beats him. Because
I mean, in all fairness, when Terry gets knocked down, his hat gets like sometimes in some games go flying off.
I think Creepy would love it across the board. Am I right?
It would be pretty dope.
I would.
Yeah.
Exactly. We were talking so much, like, I think I'm kind of in his head, I guess. Kind of. Sort of. But
What I've said so far, or what I've talked about this before in Shattering, but I think the way they could fix Shune's design is, for one, it would be just to remove some stuff, but mainly it would be get rid of the headphones, for one. 2, get rid of the tie. 3, get rid of the weird arm bandage things he has on.
his arm bandages
4,
are fine to me. They're fine.
let his pant leg go down.
This is we're talking about Suichi here, right?
Shuichi's one of the people in my chat. When I say Shuichi, that's like somebody in my chat. But we're talking about Shune. We're talking about the headphones dude that you freaking. I can't make a joke.
Let me pull up an image of him.
Anyway,
keep going, son.
All right,
Anyway,
open up an image in a new
God.
tab here. So arm bandage thing.
Hold your fire. Hold your fire. Let Syra get it, because I know
Okay,
he's ready. He's ready.
okay, so it would be remove the headphones, the tie, the band, his weird bandages on his arm, and let his pant leg go down, and then have him wear the jacket. He would be fine. It would be if you gotta subtract a little and let him wear the jacket. He might look a little bit like Kyo, but like he's got green hair and he doesn't use strictly some kind of fire-based attack.
So you're okay with the green hair?
I'm perfectly fine with that. It's an anime horseshit that happens with all these games. It's fine.
So
All right.
immediately here, I'm gonna say that the jacket over the shoulder thing is too much. I would just remove the jacket. I don't mind the armbands thing, the arm wraps.
Me neither.
Because I feel like that's like kind of like, oh, he's like a bare knuckle boxer or fighter, and that's like what that's trying to convey, or he's like a martial artist.
Which he's kind of like, because it's with Chinese boxing or whatever, kind of sort of. He's a martial artist, right?
I'm not saying anything about his animations. I'm not saying anything about his actual history. I'm saying that like that's what that design conveys, and I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't mind the whole school uniform thing, and I don't even mind like the one pant leg being up. Honestly, I think asymmetry.
Me neither.
Asymmetry looks pretty rad. The thing that I would do though is that I'd make his hair like the same color blue as his attacks, like because I know that he has like fire and water based attacks. So I would make his like blue. I would make it like a contrasting blue with the red. I'd make the purple into like a black, so that way it matches with his pant legs. His pants. And just fucking roundhouse kick those headphones off, and like maybe have the thing around his neck be like a long flowing scarf that tracks along with his punches and like kind of create some cool like motion lines with his kicks. That's fine. I don't even really like mind the tie, but they would have to change the tie to like a black, or we have to keep the color palette simple. So if you keep the color palette to like yellow, black, blue, and white, you'd have a pretty tight design. But like right now it's like what? Purple, yellow, gold, a gradient that goes into a dark blue, a black, a light blue, like white, fucking this whatever is going on with his hair. I don't like the highlights in his hair. I think that's a little bit too much. In general, though, the biggest problem is that he's over designed. Like, at a certain point, you need to tell yourself that, hey, fuck it. It's simplicity is simplicity, and the best designs are always the most simple ones. So you want to create something that's instantly visually communicative, but also is simple and easy to digest at a moment's notice. With this, it's like, aw, sick, he's from an anime. Wow, I love anime. I'll pick this one. Oh boy, oh gee, look at him. He looks aloof like my favorite anime character, Sasuke.
I didn't know Filbert was in an anime from freaking Rocko's Modern Life. For a moment there, you sounded like Filbert the turtle from freaking Rocko. for a little bit of time.
Oh, geez, I love anime.
But you know what?
That's my one and only personality trait.
You know what? If he was, that would totally be Filbert. If he was in an anime, that would be his personality totally. Because they'd be like, he's a freaking typhoid, like he's all nauseous. No, we can't have that. Make him into a fan. Make him into an otaku. There, good, we got it.
Anyway, speaking of,
are y'all ready to routinely say a couple times that this right here is some bull? Are y'all ready? So, sure. I'm pretty confident that y'all are not gonna vote freaking Shune's video in the next installment of this series, so I don't mind giving away a little bit of what is going to be in that video. But since we're talking about Shune's design, I want to drop something on you that's probably going to be like, you're either going to be enraging or just shaking your head like, are y'all kidding? Now, the first point is not that bad, though. So, people wonder, how in the world does KOF make so many good-looking characters, and then, like, especially with the protagonist and everything? And how do we arrive at Shune? Well, did you know that the person that designed Shune was actually one of SNK's newer employees? Yes. Absolutely. Like I said,
I feel bad for ripping into this guy's thing. I just think that it's like, overly designed characters are just not my thing. Like, some people love them. Some people think that Final Fantasy looks good. I don't.
You are a big time content creator then, especially compared to us or whatever then, but even bigger, smaller, whatnot. You know how it is. We put some stuff out there. Welcome to the business. That's how it is. You're going to get some criticism. But it's like, on top of that...
Noctis is another one of those guys who's just like, I'm an anime character, but at least they kept his color palette simple, and they like gave him a pretty iconic design.
Isn't it?
I mean, that design is just Sasuke, but I mean, it's pretty like recognizable. When you see Noctis, you instantly know like who he is and what he's about, and all that. I don't know. I just like designs that are like fucking like simple and diegetic.
I find it a bit creepy that Shune looks almost like a badly redrawn Noctis. Like, imagine if Noctis was
You're
badly
savage.
drawn. Look at him badly
The
drawn.
guy who designed him is watching this video right now, and he's
No.
sitting there, and he's like crying.
No, Shuichi's
He's like, they're never gonna let me die this down, and he like
No.
takes another shot.
No, Shuichi's watching this, and Shuichi gets on my case about making fun of him too much. But I mean, hey, that was the topic, and I didn't start it, so I mean, but like I said, that right there, not that bad. Then, like, when you're new, I'm pretty sure you have a lot of pressure on you, and I guess, but here's where it gets a little silly. On top of that, and I wonder what you're gonna say. I wish I had some representation like this on this panel, but hey, it is what it is. Another thing. Shune was apparently meant to, or at least like the director was hoping that Shune would attract, drumroll please, a more female audience. More women drawn to KOF because of Shune.
That's hilarious.
I can't judge on that because I am not though, and I don't think anybody in my chat is, so all I can do is shrug, but I have the itching suspicion that that is false.
Yes. The one thing women love. Clutter.
And the final point, and I know freaking Syrin's gonna hate this. So while there was one designer that kind of like conceptualized Shune, there were other people involved, you know that, right? And they were hoping that a certain amount of people that worked on another character that is actually well liked in KOF and in SNK in general, they would hope that these people that worked on this character could rub off some of that charm on Shune. Who did these people work on? Rock Howard.
Oh.
And yeah, this right here, if they were really thinking that Shune was the second coming of Rock Howard, I like to think that's even more delusional than Ed Boon saying that Shujinko was the second coming of Liu Kang. Or Taven. Which I still think Mortal Kombat made much more horrible protagonists than freaking KOF.
Dude, Mortal Kombat has so many problems.
I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I opened up the freaking Pandora's box.
We haven't even got to KOD yet.
if you want to like listen to somebody roast freaking bully freaking NetherRealm Studios and Mortal Kombat for however long you can rant, then I'll like ask Creepy to do a video for you. That's all I gotta say. Second bullet point. Let's go. Enough.
Oh, a second bullet point?
And yes, it's true, Jose.
Let's see what we got here.
I don't think y'all are gonna vote for Shune for like the next like video after the Yuri video, so I'm pretty confident like whenever y'all decide to vote for Shune, y'all will forget I even said that.
I got 4 topics in total in terms of bullet points. We got KO. One says talk about KOD. The next one says talk about Athena. The one after that's kind of optional. We'll just talk about Nickelodeon All Stars because that was big. And also then talk about Luke as well.
I think, have you seen Luke Creepy?
Luke comes? No.
No, Luke, Street Fighter V's recently revealed new character.
Oh yeah, I did. That
Okay,
guy
so-
looks cool.
Okay.
I think he looks rad.
Hold on, we'll get there. Cause like he just put out the bullet points. I'm just seeing like, you know, what you're familiar on just to make sure. Cause I don't want to like, if you know about it, I don't want to like keep telling you like you don't. So he also mentioned, cause Syrin getting we getting a bit of variety in the Shattering now. Cause he mentioned Nickelodeon All Stars, which is like Nickelodeon doing a Smash game. Have you seen that, Creepy?
Yeah, I have the
Okay.
Nickelodeon Smash game.
Okay,
I remember that.
Okay, so
People are drawing fan art on Twitter for that.
I could only imagine. Which, by the way, since you mentioned May and earlier, since that's like his sworn enemy, not to get off, like we're gonna get to KOD and Athena, but it's just
Dude,
like,
people like I know it's like
I
a
don't
meme
like-
that it's my like worst enemy, May is, but like
oh, about to
straight
say my
talk, you
shirt
go
enemy?
you go to the if you go to the Discord for Strive, oh my
I
god,
haven't been there
the
yet.
amount of people that get triggered by mentioning May. Like you can derail a conversation just by saying May,
Soul.
and all of a sudden half the chat thinks you're a May like main trying to get people not to nerf her,
May.
or like you know, it's insane. it's insane. People who play May are usually like actually pretty okay. It's just people find her
Except me.
so obnoxious.
Except me.
No, you're a degenerate.
When I play May, I'm really just freaking getting, like, I'm legit just giggling half the time whenever the silliness starts to kick in. Like, that character, like, I know it's very minimal, but like I said, her English dub actually is not that good. Like, it's amazing. I like when she says a single word like bam, which just sounds good. And then we've heard somebody say, "Will you shut up?" before, but it's like the cadence that she has is freaking crazy. But I was gonna say, like, since you since you mentioned like fan art, I'm just gonna touch on this for a bit there. But the people that are doing fan art of May, and it's like, I understand at least like she's not like freaking young then, but people trying to draw her being seductive, y'all kind of creep me out. I saw like somebody put some fan art somewhere where May is like on the beach just laying there. She's looking like, like, honey, come get this Totsugeki. I'm like, y'all are horrible. Horrible. We all know that she has single target sexuality for Johnny, who is not in the game, which means he can't save her. No matter how much she screams.
She looks like a child, and that makes me uncomfortable.
Like a child as well.
I think
in the English version, she doesn't sound like a child. In the
English version, she sounds like a 15-year-old, probably. But,
like I could see her being
or 18, seeing how some of the youngins in freaking KOF are like.
Yeah, but like when you look at her like Japanese voice actor, it's like that's a toddler.
She sounds like she's 7.
I see you in there, Shuichi, by the way. Now you just said I'll vote for a Shunei video just to see if you can make a full video making fun of him.
Okay, wait.
What happened? What
Hold
happened?
on.
Did you freaking? Never mind. Let me not make a Totsugeki joke. Enough. Enough is enough.
Okay. So
KOD.
this character.
Creepy.
You want to talk about someone who's in a fighting game who's like basically a toddler? Look at this chick.
Oh, he has Momoko. He put Momoko in the Discord. It was a little.
It's pixel, so like it's hard to see if she has goobers.
Come on, man. Use like a freaking. There you go. Good picture though. I like the art there, but.
She in this picture, she looks like she's like anywhere from 15 to early 20s, and just happens to have a very small developed chest. But I mean, I don't know. May to me, it's like it depends, like on how it's drawn. Like some people draw her looking like a child, and that makes me uncomfortable. But then, like some people make it look like the hoodie that's over her is like making it so that she looks a lot more flat than she actually is. And at that point, it kind of looks like she's a bit more developed. And, you know, when it comes to drawings, it all is like a matter of how you draw it. Because you can like draw you could say, oh, look, it's a 12-year-old, but like it's drawn like a 28-year-old. And you're just like, clearly not, you know, like that your mind doesn't think, oh, this person, someone on Twitter says that's a 12-year-old. Your brain goes, oh, look, that's something that looks interesting, and that's it. You know, but I don't know. It just depends on how you like draw the character. With May, I see it like in English, she feels like, you know, probably a 15-year-old. And I wouldn't be comfortable sexualizing that at all. No. But like when you look at her Japanese, when you put her in the Japanese context, she like legit sounds and looks and acts like an 8-year-old or a 9-year-old.
Dang it, I missed it. Because you said acting like I was about to say, like, she won't get command grab, but you finished the sentence.
Acting like she's gonna command grab me and put me in jail, dude.
Oh Oh god! All right.
The police are gonna command grab me when they tackle me in my room and confiscate my computer.
All right.
Does he know about Cham Cham?
I swear I just like May.
I don't know, but like, let's not open up that rat hole, please. And
Yeah,
I know
let's not
that,
open
and
up
I know
the
that, and I
Cham
know that was wrong because I know Chom Chom is a cat, but still, come on. Plus, he's a fellow fur, so you know. Ryan Bomber, I heard a couple of the Korean voices for Strive, then I don't think Maze was made better in freaking Strive in the Korean dub, honestly. The Korean dub was actually decent. But before we get too far off track, because it seems like the big topics of this podcast should be, 1, don't design your freaking your fighting game characters with headphones. And number 2, May, I guess, is secretly villainous despite how cutesy you might think she is. Oh god! All right, KOD, King of Dinosaurs.
King of Dinosaurs.
Oh god. Oh
King
my
of
god.
Danganronpa.
Perhaps.
That'd be a character like
Jurassic
he would need a
Park.
freaking he need a bear mask instead of a dinosaur mask. King of Danganronpa.
King of Danganronpa.
I've only played the games. I've never watched the anime. What's up?
Yeah, no, I didn't even know it was an anime until one of my friends came over and she was like, "Oh yeah, this anime."
That's one thing that I also am not like a big fan of, you know, in fighting games. I don't like the like lolly stand-in characters. I think they like I don't like punching children. I don't know. I just don't feel like a big man after winning against them.
Don't feel bad about that because about a couple minutes before you said that, Jose said the exact same thing in the chat, so he sympathizes with you. But,
I appreciate him.
But yes, let me tell you, everybody over here, Ryan Bomber, freaking Surichi, and even some of the Phantom people, Common Rider, all of them, all these cool people. Shout out to all y'all for tuning in then. Sorry it was a little bit awkward because I'm doing it on the stream here, but I wanted everything on the main channel to flow a bit better, so like I say, you like the Shattering, you know where you are, you're in the right place. Alright, KOD, because before we get roared at, because Jose done already made his feelings known about him. See, at first I used to like not get why he kept saying, you know, the whole jobber thing, but I think I get it now. You know, if you're gonna change gimmicks and not get better, then I mean, what did you do? You just change clothes. you change of a mask and some colors and you still lost.
Big Bear in a nutshell.
Do you think that KOD is going to job to whatever new characters are in 15? And I mean fresh out the box.
Like, characters that are new to the series in 15?
Okay, let me rephrase that. Do you think KOD is going to lose to somebody relatively, when it comes to the tier list of the lore, the standings and everything, someone who is not really that significant or strong? That's why I keep saying, like, he got it worse than Big Bear. I mean, Big Bear, Raiden, he got beat by Andy. I mean, come on, like, you got beat by a vet. You got beat by a vet. That's cool.
I was going to say Momoko, because I thought
come on.
He gets beat up by this.
Oh my god.
He just gets his ass handed to him by this.
God. You went back to Momoko then. You a secret
Sorry,
you a secret Momoko
So,
fan, Syrin?
King of Fighters
You a
is your
secret
favorite
Momoko
video
fan?
game.
Who?
I mean, I have been liking these capoeiras. So.
Whose favorite fighting game? Mine or his? What you saw it?
Yours.
Stop drawing your propaganda. It's one of my favorites, okay? You already fooled your audience into thinking like I'm the biggest SNK shill in the world.
You are.
No, I'm
you
not.
are the biggest
No,
shill
I'm not.
because you care
No, I'm
about
not.
the game.
That's not being a shill, because then you'd be a guilty
No,
shill.
no. Just because you're mentally challenged doesn't mean that you like the game.
I'm not mentally challenged.
You're not. But you like the game because you care about it. Meanwhile, we got people who do things that are counterproductive to their end goals.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. After me and some handful of friends then, which I think some of them are phantom chatting possibly then if they're there, we predicted long before Mortal Kombat 11 did the custom variations mess that what was going to happen was that a character was going to stomp all over everybody and make everybody miserable. And what happened? It did. and NRS banned the person for poking fun at them. I don't want that over here in freaking KOF then, okay? Because on top of that, I love what Arxis has been doing with Strive. Strive was a really great thing, regardless of what the freaking. I see you, by the way, Ryan Bomber. He says he's a Momoko fan. I'm just like, I don't know about Syrin, because Syrin was legit freaking. Because let me ask Jose right quick before I go back what I said. Jose, do you think if Momoko showed up in freaking KOF 15, would KOD lose to her? I'll catch you in a minute. But it's like, I don't. What Arxis is doing is great and everything, but like I like to have some variety with my fighting games then. You know what I'm saying? Because like, yeah, imagine if everybody else was just sucking at what they were doing and Arxis was just ruling the world. Props to Arxis because I don't think they've been on top of the world like this before. Whether you want to talk about it's the pandemic's fault or whatever. But it's like, I like some variety, and it's like, if KOF 15 freaking flops, because like I said, I stand by what I said. If that mess ain't got rollback, no cash for me. We are too far into this now.
Dude, rollback feels so good.
Arxis
even like when you have like bad like internet connections, it can be like tolerable.
If anybody legit tells you they like delay based, then more than likely you know what they do. Most of the time,
they're sitting by the router, right?
He read my mind.
They're sitting by the router.
He read my mind.
I was going to say they're massive.
They're tapping their toes to that lag switch. Fucking hell! I played Call of Duty. I remember Modern Warfare 2. I know what the deal is.
The dealio. KOD must be a jobber since we keep trying to get to him, but we keep getting curveballed. He must be a jobber. Jose predicting the future. But no, like. I like it though. I like seeing him back then, but I'm happy with him being back because they gave him some new moves, which I didn't catch at first. Shoutouts to John So Gaming, who pointed that out to me when I was cold silent about it when I reacted and analyzed the video, the trailer that is. And then that level 3 is so much better than the 14 one. And see, I never made this point. And I want to put it out there because I am amongst those people that was a little bit concerned that 15 is just going to be like 14 with maybe a new mechanic here or there and a couple of new characters and such. But that's the reason why it's like I've been advised. I was really hoping that a lot of these characters get new moves. That's what I always talk about. Make them feel fresh. There is no way that you have characters like Kyo, Terry Bogard, freaking even with a Ryo Sakazaki, even though people want to say Ryu ripoff, he's a Ryu ripoff, he's just Ryu in freaking Goku's clothes, that's all it is. It's like, you cannot have these characters around for this long with people still liking them without tweaking a few moves or so, giving them a little something extra. I want to see more of that then. And they've really done good at but they've been good on delivering that. Lu Wong got a new move. It's not the most flashiest thing ever, but I like it. KOD got 2 new moves, and I like that. Come on, like, do that. More of that, please. I'll forgive it.
Got his like armor punch looking thing.
I wish they would have animated like it was in 2002 UM though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that would have been.
I like the ducking punch
but
better.
At the same time. It kind of looks like Takuma's, which I don't mind personally, because I like Takuma and all of his stuff. But
if Takuma shows up and happens to be the silhouette that we cannot identify a majority of the time, maybe, just maybe, I might recommend it. What'd you say?
I said, if that is the case, I'll be very happy. Because I am.
All I gotta say is,
most games,
that man better be doing some stuff, which, Takuma always usually delivers. See, he's a good to me, he's a great sensei character. We'll get to that later. But, like, that's my thing with KOD. They gave him some new moves. It wasn't by the lines. And, like I said, I liked it. I like the dino... Like I said, I wouldn't have minded if it was the Griffin. But, I like the dinosaur, too. I told y'all before, those of you who still watch wrestling now, we got a actual wrestling dinosaur. It's a guy with a dinosaur mask, but still, it looks a little different though. It looks almost like a little bit tribish or whatever. And he's good. It's a big guy and he's good. You know what I'm saying? So like, they knocked it out the park. That's how I feel about KOD. Though I do wonder about... I wonder like what'll happen to him for his story, because if he loses again, maybe it's time to just get another gimmick or go back to the Griffin. Syrin.
His next. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say his next gimmick. He's gonna come back. It's gonna be like a freaking wasp or some shit.
A bug.
Yes, the Emperor of Wasps.
I think the only game you can get away with having bug fighting game characters, and there could be a few others, but the first one that comes to my mind is Bloody Roar. That's the first one.
Makes sense. Definitely Bloody Roar.
So
I was gonna say Killer, but I get those two confused all the time because
she fights with insects. The freaking I forgot her name.
Yeah, for Mortal Kombat.
Sadira. You're thinking
the one that bleeds like blood.
You're thinking about Devora.
Devora. Oh yeah, no,
you talking about Devora. People freaking couldn't stand. Like if you were not a fan of Devora, you didn't like her because we can all see it. Anybody could see it. NetherRealm Studios was pushing that character legitimately down people's throats. Look at that character's body count. Melina.
A lot.
Like Scorpion. Not even just so much a lot. It's big name people. Scorpion. Melina. Allegedly killed Sindel's husband by command of Shao Kahn. Like that character got like I know there's maybe 2 other people that's like big names that she's beat. You want to talk about force and feeding a character? They force feed it. Oh my god. Because at first I didn't believe. I'm like, no, they're not gonna do that. But it's like, oh, there goes Melina. Okay, she killed Melina. And then,
I'm in a fighting game right now, and I'm fighting an Axel named like I Love King of Fighters 15.
You lying?
I'm not kidding.
Screenshot that. Send that to me. Send that to me.
Okay, it's Kim Fork for KOFX.
Somebody is petitioning for Kim for KOF 15 and freaking Guilty Gear Strive.
You know, something tells me that might be Neo Geo now.
It better not be him. It better not be. And shout outs to Nabil there. I hope he's doing better than I know he had caught COVID there. Because I've been camp, like, you know how you go when you camp out, like, on the freaking SNK channel until 10 p.m. comes around, you know, until that trailer drops. I've been legit camping on his channel because I want to see him draw that freaking silhouette that we can't figure out. I want to see what he's got. Because I can't figure it out. I can't. Now, I'm going to get to something crazy I thought about later, but do you have any other thoughts about KOD before we move on to the purple-haired diva?
It's cool. Yeah. Let's talk about.
I think Syrin won the Griffin. I can feel it.
Yeah, I like his moveset a little bit better.
Yeah.
But let's talk about John Hoon's Broken Bones. I mean,
oh, he did. Leg breaking via freaking J-pop fans.
Yeah.
Ah, God, I forgot about that. I'm sorry, like, that right there. And John Hoon is a cool character, don't get me wrong. He's really cool. He's really cool. I can't play him. I can't play John Hoon, but he's really cool. But, like,
I've been getting into playing him.
Getting your bones broken via freaking J-pop fans? And it's all because, like, Athena. I don't know.
I just knocked that guy to a lower floor.
This man is good.
I don't know who Kim is, to be honest.
Kim is the resident Taekwondo fighter of KOF 15. There's a running gag going on about his pants being animated because people, when they talk about Kim coming to KOF 15, they don't say Kim, they say Kim's pants. Because I guess, like, you know, the animation that they did, like, in 13 was really freaking smooth and all that. He's kind of like...
insane.
Yeah, kind of... And if you want to know what Kim is like, personality-wise, think of, like, your goody two-shoes, friendly neighborhood Captain America type of guy then. You know, because his master, Gone Gil...
But he's top tier.
Oh, yeah, he's top tier. Yeah, he is. And if he's hitting you, like, really freaking... Like, you'll know when he's hitting you then. If he's not screaming, then he's not freaking giving it his all. Because last game he got pretty much humiliated, acting like he was taking his freaking he was acting like he was taking his mom and his pops to freaking like taking them to the tournament with him, but instead it was his master and his girlfriend, which now that I wonder if those two are even together now, because SNK on the official KOF 15 website did put out that Gungil did not like the fact that Luongi is a spy, you know. So I wonder about that. But that is old Kim in a nutshell. Really fun character to play though, honestly. Like once you like get the hang of his combos, then like I think you'll like get hype with him, like with him just freaking kicking you, and then like freaking.
Oh my god! You turned into your mic just like kind of cut out. And you just kind of turned into what I imagine like cutting scissors and cutting paper sounds like.
Probably because it was too loud. I try to make it to where I'm not freaking gonna freaking Sindel or Black Widow anybody in the freaking Discord. I don't want to do that. Scream too loud. But yeah, as he mentioned, Junhoon, the freaking person that conspired to have Junhoon's bones broken. So y'all probably saw what I said about Athena, because I've never really been crazy about that character, to be honest. The same fervor and fury that Creepy has for May, I've seen people from Rizzy to others who don't like Athena have the same type of anger towards. And me too, like, I don't hate her, but like, fighting an Athena was the most annoying thing ever. She's gonna die. Yeah, play a good one. Play a good one. You gonna be
fair enough.
Play a good
Ones that bother me are always Billy Kane, Yamazaki, and
Billy Kane can be a nuisance, but that kind of fits him. He is kind of a nuisance.
Billy Kane, Yamazaki, and
Jose in the chat says the Kim Pants running gag is getting outdated. It should have been all about Rock's jacket and Mai's bare feet. You were talking about the latter so much.
Whoa.
Wasn't that Jose talking about they gave her socks instead?
Oh, I remember the other guy fighting D. Heavy D's a pain in the ass. Whenever I fight against them.
I want to believe people when they say that silhouette, the last one they put out is Heavy D, but unfortunately, once again, get out of your little feels and your wishful thinking.
There's the mohawk.
There it is. That's the contradiction. Where is it? This person's wearing a hat or an armband or something, and I do not think Heavy D wears tassels. I do not.
Holy,
it looks like more of a.
Melina rages are crazy.
By that he means Milia. He just likes saying Melina Rage because I guess he gives her Melina vibes. I guess I don't know. But yeah, like by the way, yeah. Peace to Nabil there. Hope he's feeling better. I know he caught COVID and he's been kind of fighting through that. And I haven't caught it, but I'm pretty sure it sucks then because all the friends and close ones that I've had that actually had symptoms say they never want to go through it again. Sunpie, another YouTuber that I'm a big fan of, she caught it and legit thought that she was near the brink of death. So, but yeah, like I'm hey, take your time then. But I do unless he's late. And, the reveal comes before he does it. I eagerly await Neo Geo Now's drawing then. Because, he got the Luong one wrong then, but, like, he actually kind of made me a believer that could have been Kasumi with Luong's freaking trailer. He made me a bit of a believer. And I like his stuff better. And I understand, people like memes and stuff like this. But for me, memes are just like any joke that isn't, like, all that great then. When you keep doing it over and over and over and you keep doing it, it don't punch like it does anymore. And I know he does it because he's a fan and everything then, but like I like Nabil's stuff better than the Street Fighter designer that like always draws up like a stretch of a character whenever a silhouette comes out. I know some people like it, but for me, that joke got old. Fast.
I think it's but I haven't really checked it out too much.
I mean, some of them, like, it was good at first, but, like, it just kind of became a little bit OD for me then. But, like, hey, that's just me, though. If y'all like it, what's up, Johnny, in the chat? But, like, yeah, it got old to me. But, this is an interesting show, man. So, Mrs. Get the Taekwondo cutie Korean dude Death by J-pop fanboys. Yeah. So I've never been crazy about her, honestly, but it's like I don't know what it is. It's that magic. It's the magic of women in KOF for the most part, but they had her cut her hair short, and I gotta say, she actually looks cute to me now.
Yeah,
Short hair Athena, like I dig that more. Like I don't know, man. We talked about this before.
it's better than her weird short hair that she had in 2000.
Oh yeah, like
It's
yeah,
just,
what was that? What was like a pixie cut?
oh my god.
Like a pixie
I
cut, as they
couldn't
call it.
even tell what that was. It just looks like what I imagined, like the heroin addict's hair would look like.
Ouch. And Creepy said I was being mean. You sat there and called the freaking supposed to be clean, wholesome freaking J-pop idol a heroin.
I wouldn't be surprised. She is in that.
Nah,
She's in
she's like
showbiz.
nah, she's well, who knows? Who knows? I guess even somebody with like the power she has could get driven nuts by something as freaking grueling as people in showbiz. A very bad recipe, if you mind. But that was the thing that really just stood out to me was like Athena's little glow up there, because unless I missed a couple of things, which I probably did, I didn't see anything new that she particularly had, except for like, some of the, the supers looked a little bit different. I like the fact that they had her tipping her hat to Frieza. Like that was kind of cool, even though instead of like a feminine alien person dropping a freaking purple ball of energy on you, it's actually a cutesy J-pop psycho powered freaking not M Bison powered J-pop star doing it. Wow, we. And honestly, that was a nice little callback to KOF R1. That was a good callback. Her on the women fighters team, I can live with that. Y'all know what I always say. Syrin knows what it is. It couldn't be who? It could be anybody.
Alice.
It just can't be Alice. And I love Alice. Somebody, I think somebody probably from either Syrin's audience or mine was talking about put Alice on like a copycat team. Like, put her with like Shingo and then somebody else that copies moves. I would have said Yuri, but I think, she just got teamed up. So...
That also brings up another point I had with it's not a bullet point, but there's another point I was going to say at the beginning of the show, is that now that Athena's on a team like this, it leaves the room, like, okay, these teams of, not only these like legacy characters who are on teams leave room for more interesting characters, since they're not having to be on full-ass teams of their own, like Kiao, Iori, and Chizuru, or someone else. Oh, secret agents. But it leaves room for more stuff, because like now we don't have to have Goro, Diamond.
Some people think that silhouette is him, even though I don't think he wears tassels. Plus, isn't he like
Or
has what?
he doesn't really have that either haircut or like headband. That
He has
not in the same way.
Oh,
He has a headband.
His is like
Doesn't.
I know what you're talking about. Like it doesn't.
It's wrapped around his forehead, and you wouldn't
Right.
be able to see it. It's like a silhouette.
So you think
So
the
it's a-
headband on the person, the silhouette, is a little bit lower?
I think it's more at an angle, more so.
Slanted.
Yeah, because it has like a sharper angle. But that's
Anything?
just me.
Anything else about Athena that stood out to you? By the way, Ryan
Psycho.
Bomber. By the way, Ryan Bomber, you a fool. Man says short hair
It's
Athena.
interesting to see that.
This man
But she
Ryan
gets-
Bomber says short hair Athena got my hentai folder waiting and ready. Get out of here.
Damn. Okay.
Get out of here.
Straight to the. He ain't even being coy about it. Okay.
Love you, Ryan Bomber, but bruh.
Damn.
Go ahead, Siren.
Anyway, I lost my train of thought after that one.
Anything about Death by J-pop? I mean, Broken Bones via J-pop stars that you wanted to talk about?
Oh no. Athena, she has Psycho Shoot back. So another thing to say is that more more some stuff is being brought back, which it's not always like it's cool to have new moves, but sometimes you gotta bring old stuff back. You know?
Oh, so she got something that like it was an older move that wasn't in the previous game.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
like it looked like Psycho Ball, but it's called Psycho Shoot, and it's like a one that launches instead of. Uh, she used it when Rio was doing one of the Diego Perry thing, but
Daigo. Okay. Oh, okay. So that's what that was, because like I opened up mine with that because I was like hyping. Here I am being an idiot. It's an Athena trailer. I'm over here hyping up freaking Rio. Perry, 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 and he misses the last one, and I'm over here losing my mind like I'm watching a match. Stupid of me thinking that Rio would look good in a trailer where it's like, no, especially with Athena if she's really full of herself. Where it's like, no, I'm the idol here. My time to shine. You can get two parries, but you
yes.
missed the last one.
I don't know which game specifically it's from. I know it's in 2002 UM, but I don't remember where it exactly originated. It might have originated, but it's back. Also, she has this short haircut, and yeah, it's not bad. Reminds me of Zelda's new haircut, kind of. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about
Alright. Johnny in the chat says, "Why is everyone so confused about the last silhouette? It's clearly Machoke." Did Machoke get like a freaking headband? Like, is he gonna? Is it Machoke freaking cosplaying as somebody else?
Watch it be like Show Hayate or something.
If it was Show
I don't know.
Hayate, I won't say too much more about them not living up to Shadow expectations, because that is a pile driver right there. We getting some
Yeah.
reps from the old Kazuna encounter days, brah.
All these ideas from World Heroes, I don't know why. No, wait, no, that's the other guy.
To my Kotaro Fuma. It's
Yeah, the guy with. God, I don't know. I get mixed up with some of those ones.
Is like another red
plus,
guy. Is another red guy.
No, it's the. I always say because it is the blue guy.
Oh, Hanzo
Gotcha.
Hattori.
Hanzo, yeah.
Because I guess kind of, sort of, technically, yes, no, maybe.
It's because of the similar.
I think like I was trying to say like SNK kind of got 3 characters that are a nod to Hanzo Hattori.
The only other characters I could think from that silhouette would be so. Well, what my personal hope is it's Hua, but I doubt it's gonna be Hua.
There are so many people in the video I put that say Hua, and it's like, I'm not doing this to be dismissive. I'm just saying whoever this is too Rio dieseled up in the arms to be him. Maybe this dude, maybe he been working out. Maybe, I don't know. Some people think it's Shingo, and Shingo took steroids or something or whatever.
God,
I guess maybe they're saying it's Shingo because of like the headband, which I guess what kind of match is. Like
I know he's getting some series right now, but I don't think they would.
Oh yeah. Did it just get?
I doubt they would.
Did it just get announced?
Right now.
Did Shingo's series get announced just recently?
Yeah, actually, its second panel came out earlier, I think.
I wonder, is that on purpose? More promotion? I was gonna make a video about this, but screw that. So y'all want to hear my tinfoil hat ramblings about, since people in the chat are also talking about the freaking, that silhouette? Here's my crazy tinfoil hat theory here, even though it might not seem too out of like the blue.
It's Faust from Guilty Gear 5.
When did Faust like that? Well, I can see why, because Faust freaking realized, I'm going into KOF now, I need juice. I'm skinny. And like, I guess he crafted his head, like he used some of that freaking facial reconstruction surgery to make himself look like the person in the silhouette. And if anybody could do it, it's Faust then. Faust legit, like, y'all remember like in the old Guilty Gear games, like when Faust would do a dust attack, like he would legit spin around and be decked out like in a baseball uniform before he swings his bat. Faust can do it, man. That man can, I don't know what to say other than Faust is crazy. So here's my theory. I think that this silhouette is going to be another instance of SNK queuing off of Capcom. And what I mean by that is, remember when all of us got thrown off when we got Iori's trailer, which I still to this day, I know I love Shermie, know I love freaking Mai, Chizuru, but I still think to this day Iori still has the best KOF 15 trailer thus far. I still think he's number one. But remember we got his trailer?
Really?
Yes, I still think his is the best one. I still think his is the best one. Actually, I love Shermie.
I mean, it's a dump.
I love Shermie, but I mean that freaking level 3, that bruh, like they made it look so the freaking screech he does and like the way it looks, like they do like themselves to perfection.
His redesign is also pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's like, but so y'all remember that we got Iori's trailer, and then what came afterward? Because remember what all of us were pretty much running around freaking out about? It was Joe Higashi.
Joe.
Because like, oh no, it can't be possible. No way, they're not on the same team. They're both Japanese. No, it can't be possible. It can't be possible. It's another Team Japan. No way, it can't be. They don't know each other, but they're Japanese. Like,
that would have been hilarious.
Remember that? So, those of you, I'm pretty sure a couple people, I'm pretty sure Jose knows him because, like somebody said about him, and he is definitely, him and Shuichi both, walking freaking fighting game encyclopedias. Love these guys. I'm pretty sure y'all might remember it, but they did that on purpose. Why? Because what did Capcom in Street Fighter V, who got revealed? It was Dan Hibiki.
Yeah, no, I know.
It was Dan Hibiki.
Yeah.
Because they won the CVS tournament in the canon because of shenanigans. AKA in the WWE, a distraction finish. Everybody else got
I feel like I know where you're going with this.
Yep. You know what got revealed just recently from Capcom? We got a fresh new character, MMA style, all this other stuff right here. So I'm thinking, once again, all of us are drawing blanks on who this could be. We got ideas, and like I said, I'm being as neutral and as objective as I can because I've seen a lot of good ideas. I've seen a lot of great ideas, but there's just always something there to me that just kind of like, I'm just going to use the word since I've been playing the Great Ace Attorney since it came out. Contradictions there. They contradict. So
I don't know why you're just gonna say. I thought you were gonna say like Durlock Sholmes or whatever.
Well, the reason. Well, by the way, Herlock Sholmes is actually pretty entertaining as a character. He's a fool, somewhat, but he's cool. By the way, they did that because think about it. The Sherlock character is protected by copyright. So
yeah.
Plus, if you look at like how he acts, he's definitely a parody of the Sherlock Holmes character. I almost said a parody of the Herlock Sholmes character. But back on my logic trail here, which is funny since you mentioned Herlock Sholmes, because I'm sounding like one of his little segments where he dances around the room, snapping his finger, and coming up with blatantly incorrect freaking theories. I think that SNK is going to reply back. Like I say, all of us are freaking drawing blanks. All of us are drawing blanks. Nobody knows. Maybe Nabil will freaking put a dent in this, which will definitely make me like Herlock Sholmes. SNK is going to answer back with their own new character.
Oh.
That's what I think. That's what I think. It's a new character, and they're going to answer back with it. I have a second one, but I'm pretty sure you have something to say about that theory. Because I have a sillier one to say after this one.
I'm thinking you were going to say Gaitendo.
Gaitendo wouldn't be bad. It's just that his physique... This person's physique doesn't really fit his, though. Because I thought about him. I'm like, wait a minute. What about Gaitendo? I was like, yeah. Once again, Gaitendo, he's lean. He's lean, like he's not buff. This person is...
They could buff him up.
Yep.
I think.
Or, because I thought you were going to say, because you've seen it with several different silhouettes, not in like not in a mean way, not in an underhanded way. SNK does kind of sort of tinker with the silhouettes in a ways in. And what do I mean by that? Let's take a look at like Athena's. Remember like Athena's silhouette? It looked like there was a person and like there was this big thing of like, it was like almost triangular, like this thing of mass on the side. But then lo and behold, we found out, oh, all they did was just merge her arm doing the salute, and they just merged it with the space between like her elbow and her arm to make it look like it was something that Nest failed to make properly. But it's like, it's like, so Cause I do wonder about that, because what if it is somebody who's a little bit leaner, but what they did was they blew up the picture to where they look buff, when in actuality, if you like looked at it in its normal way, in its normal perspective, they're lean. That could definitely be something that they could be doing. So I could definitely see that. So that would, like, maybe characters like Hawa, maybe characters like Gaitendo, leaner characters with that same look. It's possible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the fact they have us guessing like this, I gotta give it up. I mean, I was giving SNK a little bit of message first because stuff was kind of sort of just becoming meh. But props to them. The only way this could go bad is if the reveal happens to be something that's disappointing. Because I wonder if you like looked in the Twitter post there then, but somebody actually kicked off a debate about, because someone was just like, please no Gongil, please no Gongil, please no Gongil, and a whole debate started after that. And it's like, if only you had somebody like me there making the argument, it would look better, because y'all just sound like y'all hate the character. Y'all gotta give some reasons. Come on.
Don't get what's with these golden hating Gongil.
You know one thing.
I get he's on.
You know one thing. I know this would also, just to add, since you always wonder, like, I always criticize Gongil, what would make him better. I thought about this randomly when I was walking to the store the other day. I don't know where, but I just thought about it. Now, he might be biting off a couple of characters by doing this, but I mean, I have my reasons. Gongil, like, my whole thing about Gongil is this. He is supposed to be Kim's sensei. He needs to have a moveset that, shows that. Like, look at all these other sensei characters. Like, the obvious one, if you just pick one at random, Gouken. Gouken, is like the progenitor of like all the stuff that you see. Ryu, he influenced Ryu. Ryu influenced Sakura. Then, of course, he influenced Ken. Ken influenced Sean Matsuda. Dan Hibiki was involved with them. Akuma, his brother. All of them are Shoto clones in air quotes, because a couple of them are, you could debate them if you want to. They all stand out. Gouken fights like none of these people. And on top of that, he's like, oh, you've seen them do the Hadoken, right? Where do you see mine? One hand. And I charge mine, I can shoot mine diagonally. His Tatsu doesn't even look like theirs. Like, it's the same, like, execution. But this man is lifting you 30 feet off the ground when he hits them with it.
It's a Tatsu, but it acts like a Shoryu.
Yeah, this man has got a parry where it's like he's not just parrying. This man legit makes you regret doing it. That is why I like the character Enkidu in freaking Uniel. Enkidu reminds me of all the killer, intense, great things about Geese Howard and Gouken. Like, he doesn't just have a parry. He makes you regret it the moment you do it. Let's talk about somebody like Takuma, Mr. Karate. His style, his stuff. Of course, he taught like his, son and his daughter. Then the boyfriend came in, his best friend / his daughter's boyfriend. Good Lord, it's like you look at all of them, because people are say they just play alike. Because I saw people really upset. Like, people think that I'm a freak. I got called a shill for defending the fact that there was Rio, Yuri, and freaking Robert in this game, because somebody was like, you shouldn't have all them in there, they all fight the same. No, they don't.
They're not even remotely.
They don't.
They have some similarities, but like, damn,
those three stand out. Their sensei stands out. We go this all day. Gongil does not. Everything he does is legitimately dime store Kim. And I know one little touch, and it might not be the biggest thing in the world, but I'm not going to overhaul him either. One idea I would have for him? I want Gongil to be, like, cocky with it. This man is so rooted and freaking embedded in the style that he's taught Kim. Whereas you see Kim doing the stuff, it looks pretty. It looks, like, flashy and everything and all that. But when Gongil is doing it, he's doing it like that, but it's like he is putting no effort into it. Like, he's doing the Kim flips with his arms folded. He's freaking just kicking the mess out of you. Arms folded. Arms folded. He's like, you know what? I got guns. I mean, it'd be cheating for me to just, punch you too. So, like, I'm just going to focus on, like, the leg, like, all the kicks then. Like, imagine he's just freaking folding up his arms, like, doing the flip kick then, like. That's dope. You know, he's got
What
like
they should do as well is they should add like some more moves that affect some of his other students other than Kim.
Mei
Like
Lee, Jun-hoon,
Lee.
Kim Sons.
Yeah.
Like,
Instead of giving him like he has like Hungitsun or however you say it, in the air, right? But instead of it, because he doesn't have it on the ground,
Matter
but
of
instead
fact-
of just
matter
the
of
air,
fact,
you could have one.
modify his Hangitsu. What he does instead of just doing the flip kick, what he does is, and let me just explain how it is. What you do is he does the flip kick though, but instead of like just like knocking somebody down, what happens? Gongil is legit like standing, like he ends up standing like right on the person's shoulders, and then like in one subtle motion, just kicks them across the face where it breaks their neck. Then I was thinking like make it like a command throw, I guess, or something. But I'm
I
like,
thought you were talking about. I thought you were making it. Because when I first heard you say that, I was like, wait, are you saying like do a Frankensteiner mixed with
no. Like it would look like he's gonna do one, but instead he just disrespects you. Where it's like, oh, I'm sitting on top of you. Then hey, punt. What they call they call it like in pro wrestling, Japanese wrestling, they call it a PK, a penalty kick. Like he legit penalty kicks you while he's standing on your shoulders, and he freaking just like freaking has your neck going Dragon Ball levels of out from getting hit. Like I want him to be like, I want Gongil like to look where it's like, I taught this man. You see this Boy Scout over here? Since he freaking gets a lot of women and everything, you see this Boy Scout over here? I taught him that. He's not on my level yet, not in my style, and not getting the women either. Cause I really hope they do. If they bring him back, they've got to play into that storyline where like he goes away and he brings back somebody different every time he comes back. They've got to do it. If they do that with him, I won't be mad.
I already said my joke about it before. I'm not gonna say
And it's bad because we were talking about this mess earlier. Not like that, just the same subject.
it. Yeah.
But, and also, just to like lickety-split quick, get my other crazy theory out the way. No, like, I'm not saying, like, Shuichi, I mean, like, Kim does, I know Kim's married, but Gongil's a womanizer. You know what I'm saying? He's a
Maybe
womanizer.
no women should be with him.
I mean, to be honest, hey, you say that jokingly, but here's the thing. The girlfriend he brought in the previous game, it just been revealed that she's a secret agent, so he might be a little cautious about who he brings. Like, who is he gonna bring this time? Is it gonna be one of the lost members of the freaking those from the past? Is he gonna bring home somebody that we did not know that was associated with Orochi before?
He just brings back. Oh gosh, what's her name?
Don't you say it.
I don't remember.
Don't you say it.
But she has
Don't you say it.
the iPad.
Oh, what, an eye
Those
patch?
from the past.
Oh,
Those from the past.
oh. That man gonna be a freaking god. The freaking that Gongil, like if he legit pulling a freaking like legitimately, not getting used, not getting lied to. If he legit pulls that right, that man's a god. You gotta,
That or he gets.
you gotta be a
Boltan.
demigod. You gotta be a demigod getting next to like freaking somebody from those from the past.
Basically.
Oh lord.
What did you think I was going to say, Momoko or something?
No, I was talking about I'm talking about your other one that you said last time.
Yeah, no.
Even though I mean it would make sense, but it's like really, the only thing wrong with like I say, Mei Lee should be older now, but the problem is like you legit. I don't know how much he trained her though, but like if he was involved, it's like he legit was involved with this girl's training, and then when she gets of age, he brings her home.
I mean, in all fairness, he also trained Lu Fong a little bit with the Taekwondo stuff, but that's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, where'd she go? Apparently she a spy.
Yeah.
But also, just to lickety-split quick, get this other crazy idea out of the way. I'm kind of half joking about this, but I have my reasons. Some people think that silhouette is Nelson because, and someone posted a picture in Riz's chat where he's like holding his hands up, like he's not flexing like this person, because this person's flexing from what I'm seeing. When you agree, this person's flexing.
Yeah.
I haven't, unless I'm missing something, and if I'm missing something, somebody in the chat can post it there so I can look at it. I don't remember like Nelson being like flexy and showy and everything. At least like that guy.
Where's his gloves?
That's another problem because I'm like, now that would be kind of cool though. Imagine like this Nelson's like the gloves are off Nelson. Imagine that. Like he's gonna go bare knuckle now. That's how they're gonna try to make him more appealing. If they can pull it off, that's nice. And while that sounds silly, think about it. Didn't we just see like somebody else who well, yeah. Yeah, basically it's like imagine like for some crazy reason freaking Nelson wanted to get into MMA. But I don't think that's gonna happen though. The crazy idea I had for that though, because like the reason why I can see people saying it's Nelson because like they had a picture of him like putting his hands up like, yeah, I'm victorious. He has like a ribbon on his like arm hanging off.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it. We just the women fighters team got confirmed. The only people that are not teamed up are the basically KOD and Ramon. So let's say by a crazy stretch of it, despite the fact this was the person that jobbed him out, Nelson joins the wrestler team. And he is given like a baby version or like a junior version of the T-Zoc mantle, which would explain the mask or the pointed thing we see in the silhouette.
Oh,
because that's something that does happen in storylines. Sometimes people be rivals and everything, and it's like, okay, let's put it behind us. Let's freaking wrestle. But I think that's a little bit more on the crazy side of theories.
Who knows? Maybe it's Jeff Bogart.
That I could see, but then again, yeah. Cause I was saying his hair longer than that, but I'm like, it could be easily hidden, especially the way this person's like turned at least.
I don't know if SNK is completely settled on the design for them because it seems to be different each time they do it, somewhat, at least in some way. Because there's like two different variants. You got the one from like King of Fighters Destiny, which looks like the one in Tung's vision thing, and then the other one was where he has like the martial artist like blue kung fu fit on from Wild Ambition. So who knows? And one of them he has short hair, the other he has long hair.
Yeah, could be either or. Word to the person that commented on my video, that is not Maxima, unless he's gonna be free for his freaking mecha like parts or whatever. That ain't him.
I'm pretty sure he can't physically.
You say he can't physically?
Yeah, from what I remember, he literally like his organs are in the machine.
Oh well, that is out the window now, is it? But
I would say
until like I don't know if Nabil's like I hope he is at least in good enough health to like actually draw it because I want to see what he comes up with. I really want to see. Cause I know he's seen it, but he just talked about it at first. He didn't draw though. Yeah, and no, I don't think that's Rugal because that doesn't match either. Rugal, come on, like if you see Rugal's head, you know it.
Yeah, you're gonna see Rugal no matter what.
Because if it was Rugal, we would not be hearing the end of it. We would not be hearing the end of it. Somebody says, what if SNK is totally just putting that out there as a red herring? That would be funny, depending on what the actual thing is. That would be very funny.
It turns out it's Foxy.
Alright, so we got like 11 minutes then. You want to go on to Nickelodeon All-Star Battle Royale?
Sure.
I know Creepy been back there tapping the buttons and everything. I know we've been basically speaking foreign to him since he's nothing. I'm pretty sure he's ready to rage on people. Then again, I don't think there's anybody in the freaking game. Are there any? Just dangle somebody in a fighting game with headphones and like you'll be good.
Just gonna just something in his head just pop.
I'm glad
he's either gonna pass.
I'm glad Creepy is so like honest though, cause those people that love to just put on the front to try to make themselves look good. Then Like, imagine if Creepy
Yeah.
was like this. There's not a thing that you can say to, like, make me upset or whatnot. All your idiocy rolls off of my back, okay, then. And here I am, I'm like, just freaking show a fighting game character with headphones and you'll be alright.
Keith Redstone. Yeah. You see.
Heaven,
Like, I don't want to be late
Heaven
to the
forbid-
game, and then
heaven forbid
proceeds
one.
to like.
Heaven forbid there's one in freaking Guilty Gear Strive. I'm gonna get a message in the morning. Yeah, I dropped Guilty Gear Strive headphone character.
Hey, you, it's back.
Nah.
But he's a game.
Oh, but like that really got me freaking crazy though. Nickelodeon's All-Star Battle Royale, and I hate people talking about it's ripping off of Smash. Then Smash is just the progenitor of what we call platform fighters. They're the progenitor, and I think arguably they might just be the biggest platform fighter ever. I don't think anybody can possibly match it, regardless of people hating the game for one reason or another. There is not going to be another platform fighter that's going to be bigger than Smash. I don't think so.
Yeah.
There's some good ones out there. Like I've heard about what was it you told me about? Rivals of Ether?
Ether, that was a good one.
You said Brawlhalla?
Brawlhalla's another one.
Okay. And I put a video out, like it was more of a fun video about this one that's coming out. You could technically get it now if you like order what they call the Slacker Pack. It's called Rushdown Revolt, and it was pretty addicting. It was pretty fun too. So there's that. But I don't think anyone's gonna outdo Smash though. But I'm like, I just don't like people saying Smash ripoff, Smash ripoff. Smash just set the table.
Yeah, it's very hard to surpass Nintendo.
Like,
that big.
With that being said, I do think that having Nickelodeon All-Star Battle Royale, if I'm getting it right, I keep thinking I get the name of the game wrong. The fact that it's multi-platform, I think even including Switch, and they were talking about rollback, I think they might have mentioned crossplay possibly. That's a really bold move. Now, I think Nintendo just kind of struggles with that because licensing will make it hard for them to do that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah, you know, what is it? Let's see, all these these actual guest non-Nintendo characters in Smash. Kazuya just got added. We got Ryu and Ken. Would Bayonetta count?
I could probably name off all the. Let's see, we got Sonic.
Absolutely.
Solid Snake. Pac-Man.
Right.
Bayonetta.
Okay, she does count.
Cloud.
He does. Him too.
Who else? There was Hero from Dragon Quest.
Oh,
Joker, Persona.
Right.
Steve from Minecraft. Friggin' Kazuya, as you said before. Ryu and Ken. Banjo-Kazooie.
Terry Bogard.
Terry Bogard. The whole reason I got into this whole FGC thing. Sephiroth. It goes on, bro.
Like, I know they got a little bit of everybody from outside the world coming to Smash, but like, I think it'd be difficult for them to come out to the world like that, like a Nintendo All-Stars Battle Royale can, because they're not bound. You know what I'm saying? So, but
yeah, Nintendo All-Stars Battle Royale is basically the first two Smashes. There's Melee and 64. 64 Melee.
And I'm a 90s Nick kid, okay? Like, so this right here was just... There's not a better feeling that a game can give you in certain cases where it makes you just feel like, you know... I don't like the word nostalgic, but like, just remember things that you just love to death. Because I loved all of those cartoons. Well, not all of it, most of them then. I loved so many of those cartoons, honestly. Like, Nickelodeon was more of my jam than Cartoon Network was. Like, I was the one person in my friend circle that didn't really watch Ed, Edd and Eddy. Because they wondered, you got a picture with the voice actress for Naz, though? I'm like, yeah, she voices Parasol in freaking Skullgirls. She voiced Morrigan in freaking UMVC 3 that time. She voiced a lot of fighting game characters I play. She voiced Rachel in Dead or Alive. So, I mean, I know, like, different voices, you know, different people, but still. But like, so far from what I'm seeing, it looks good. The silly leak happened, but I mean, it's like, I don't know, like the possibilities are endless. Honestly, I know a lot of people want what is it? Airbender characters in there. I know they want some of those, which is easy.
Avatar.
Avatar Last Airbender did a collaboration with that MOBA Smite some time ago, so you know. But then, like, just to see freaking Oblina from All Real Monsters and freaking they put
To be honest,
powder toast.
I won't lie. I barely watched any Nickelodeon as a kid. Like I watched, it was like a tiny bit of SpongeBob, and there's maybe I don't even know if this is Nickelodeon or was it what was it called, like the Backyard Spies or what it was called?
The Backyardigans?
No, not the Backyard. I did watch that when I was younger, but no, it was the was it, I don't know, the Treehouse something? I don't remember what it was. But it was like, they were these kids who all had, like, their names were numbers.
Codename Kids Next Door.
Kids Next Door, yeah, that one.
That's Cartoon Network.
Okay, yeah, okay. You know, most of my childhood stuff I watched was on Cartoon Network.
I like some Cartoon Network stuff. As a matter of fact, didn't Cartoon Network have like a platform fighter? It was a little obscure. What was it called? Punch Time Explosion, I think it was called. Because I remember like the cover, because my brother freaking jerked me to that, because he was like, it was like a smashed out game, but like it had freaking Johnny Bravo on the roster. It was like Johnny Bravo, Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. Man, but it's like, that was just a surprise, and like it actually looks good. Like it doesn't look like what I call one of those dime store games.
Yeah. I was gonna say Powerpuff Girls, but I don't remember
Cartoon Network.
That one's on. Yeah.
They were probably in there. They were probably in that little Punch Time Explosion, whatever that mess was called.
Probably. Yeah, no, I don't remember exactly what is on Nickelodeon. I didn't watch a lot of Nickelodeon. So.
That was Rugrats. That was All Real Monsters. Rocket Power. Ren and Stimpy was on there, but then Ren and Stimpy got passed all around like crazy. You got freaking superhero like shows like the Butt Ugly Martians and stuff. It's like, it's so much, man. But like it just hit like that game, like just the fact they're going there with it. They got super vintage with it. It just hits close to home, honestly. And to see Reptar as a freaking fighting game character, it gets no better than that. I never forget freaking Jose had me dying when I think I was streaming Guilty Gear Strive. He was like, if they're gonna put Patrick Star in there, they gotta put his main nemesis in there, the coat rack.
Oh my God.
Hoy, creepy. Any thoughts on this?
No.
So you're just waiting for Luke, huh?
I don't play Street Fighter, so
You've seen the trailer though. You don't have to play it.
Yes.
You've seen it. You can say something. It doesn't matter. You've seen the trailer.
I think he's I like the fact that he's like a boxer kind of character. I think boxers are really cool. Sorry, I got into an intense match with an Axelo. I'm in the third set, and he beat me 3-0, but now I'm beating him 2-0.
He is riding high off of that level 9 level up in there, and then that floor 9. Yeah, Luke, like, y'all saw what I said. I mean, I didn't really dig the design, but at the same time, like, the reason why I said I was neutral about it, because on one hand, like I said, it just looked kind of generic, and it could have been more, really. On the other hand, especially after watching that True Underdog video with Creepy that time, then, yeah, being an MMA guy, I mean, he looks like an MMA guy. But his playstyle is pretty boss. Like, it's actually pretty good. Like, I know a lot of... Of course, we have these people. You know, you have them in every fandom. There are people talking some R.I.P. freaking, you know, Capcom. We waited all this time for this last character. You give us this generic freaking boring MMA character. And it's like, the only thing that's really boring and generic about him, if I could say anything, is the design could be a little bit more. And it's like, it's Street Fighter. Street Fighter is not Guilty Gear levels of over the top, but it's over the top nonetheless. I mean, come on now. We got a freaking...
Oh my God, Abigail. Jesus, what were they thinking?
What are you talking about? Wait, what?
Abigail.
Oh, Abigail. It's funny because like I don't think even if you try to like factor it, like ratio it or whatever, I don't think he was even that huge in the games that he debuted in. He was a big lad, but geez, like this man did like some freaking whatever he put into like whatever Venom, like not Venom, but whatever freaking Bane put in his body. Then this mess must have been the super version of whatever juice that was, because this man, this super freaking
Car parts. He
super
just
Venom.
took some antifreeze. He took some a bit of the whatever they put in your car for oil, and then like
Yeah, seeing
whatever else.
Yeah, seeing Helga in there too. I forgot about Helga. Hey Arnold and Danny Phantom as well. Somebody.
I'm okay.
What's up?
There's this one series I remember from Nickelodeon, which
Uh-oh.
was there was two, I think. It was one of them was Fairly Odd Parents.
Yep.
And the other one was it was like this dog detective, and he had like a cat assistant or something, or it was like a spy, and like the general was like a cockroach. I don't remember what it was called.
Dog detective with a cat sidekick.
God, I don't remember, but it was like some secret agent. Let me see if I can just find it. Nickelodeon. Crap, was it Nickelodeon?
While you're getting there, let's see. People say that Luke looks like Captain Commando. I don't know if that's actually true. Captain Commando's hairstyle doesn't look like his.
Oh, it's called Tough. Puppy.
Yep,
Yeah,
Jose just said a tough puppy. That's an obscure one.
Okay.
Y'all are in sync
Yeah.
today. Y'all are in sync tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
I don't get the Captain Commando Luke comparisons. Really, like I just feel like there's people like making him like in his own image because like he looks a little too. Because you've seen what Captain Commando looks like, you know.
Yeah.
Luke looks kind of like a dirty version of him, honestly.
It's like Captain Commando, but if he, yet again, I'm using this as an example, took heroin just because of his hair. His hair.
Let it be known, if you don't know how to dress yourself, Syrin will think that you are on drugs. You heard it here first.
Well, no, it's not that. It's his hair. It's 100% his hair. It makes him look like a heroin addict.
The three topics of the night: don't make fighting game characters with headphones. May is a menace, and if you don't know how to dress, you must be on drugs.
Something like that.
What a comeback show, man! Oh my god! But like that's all. Like I said, the only thing that was kind of generic and boring about him really was just like the design. His playstyle's great. Like I wasn't expecting him to be, you know, having what I call seismic fire punches and whatever. Like he's punching and it's like anti-projectile. That was a little surprising. At the same time, though, I can get where, even though I don't like talking like what I call the Doomers or whatever, R.I.P. Capcom, we hardly knew you. Shove off all of that. Now, with that being said, most of the more rational people amongst that flock that say that, they did get one thing right, in my opinion. And it's the same thing that I've said about when it came to what SNK does with holding off on certain character reveals. When you keep holding off and I'm not talking about delaying like for safety reasons or natural disasters and stuff. I'm talking about teasing and teasing and teasing and teasing. When you keep doing that, people are going to want it to pay off. They want something surprising, something that's really kind of mind-blowing, expectation shattering, if you want to say that. You know what I'm saying? When you keep the tease for so long, they're going to expect that. And like the reason, because people are like, oh my god, that's just such a narrow way of thinking. Not exactly, because think about it. It's just like when your parents sometime or whomever is like, you know, I got a surprise for you. You'll have to wait. You have to wait. If I told you right now, it wouldn't be a surprise. It wouldn't be a surprise if I tipped you off to it. You know, when you do that, it's almost like you're building towards something. That's how people feel. You know, it's just like nobody likes to walk 500 miles somewhere when their car broke down to get to a gas station, and lo and behold, the gas station they found 500 miles away, it don't got gas. You see, nobody likes that. So that's what I think is Luke's biggest drawback, in my opinion. But like I said, he's all right. He's okay.
But at least he's not this like generic ass like DiCaprio, where it's like, yep, I'm Cammy, but you don't get to see my ass.
I agree. I agree because at least he looks different though. Like he does, like I said, he does kind of like remind me of Ed though. But at least like let's say Ed is a boxer. Luke is MMA. That's why his stuff looks a lot more reckless, looks more rugged and tough, and like as I said, it looks more like rowdy and ragtag because he's a brawler. And I
Ed looks also weird as well. He's like the Shune of Street Fighter Five.
I want you to do a video on that and just see what the Ed is the Shune of Street Fighter 5. I want to see that then because I don't agree with that, but I don't disagree.
I disagree with that heavily.
Oh, never mind. There goes creepy.
Fucking. Okay, real quick. We're talking about. I don't know how you can have a Shune streak. Who are we talking about again? Fuck.
So
this guy's name is Ed. I'll send you a picture.
He'll send you a picture. Like Ed was like it's technically called psycho boxing because he has pieces of psycho power in him since he is one of them Bison projects. But it's like people have compared Luke to like Ed, and like I said, if you look at their styles of fighting, you can see there's a difference because you know Luke's version, not Luke's, Ed's version of like boxing. There's a lot more, like, even with like the projectiles and the psycho power. There's finesse with him. There's some finesse about him. Luke is just wanting to hit you in the face and like it's brawling. And I'm not saying that's bad, but like he just said that this is like the guy he put in the chat is the Shune of Street Fighter 5. I mean, I liked Ed's alternates more than I liked his regular.
Oh, you want to talk about
the fighters generation, dude, which I like. Shout outs to TFG.
What about this guy? What's going on here?
I owe you a big one for that, Syrin. Lo and behold, so he just put like a comparison picture in the Discord, and I was trying to keep it a secret. I was gonna surprise y'all with a little something, but creepy when he like hit me up and gave me like the gig to help edit for his team and everything. He had watched one of my older videos, so I kind of went back and watched some of my older stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I could possibly make some part 2s and update some of these. And lo and behold, Syrin gave me a little something else to work with. I appreciate that. But I didn't mind that alternate. It was kind of stupid, but like at the same time, I at least thought that it was somewhat like it stood out some at least. Like with his regular, he kind of looks like what I would imagine the guys amongst Bison's unit would wear as opposed to the women. Like you could see like very similar cuts of like their outfits between him and like Falk.
Yeah, but Falk is also he's not. He doesn't have that.
I think everybody here. I don't know if you two have heard it. I don't know if everybody in the chat has heard it, but I can confidently say this though. Even though Falk does have again, much like Ed, her alts are better in my opinion. But you know what everybody really, really loved about Falk? It was the theme music. And yes, that theme music, my God. I feel like somebody who doesn't even like Electro would like that. Like, it's so, it's got a little bit of a, pulse to it, then got a little bit of a punch to it. But it's transy, and it's it almost, if you listen to the song, maybe it's just me just simping over the song or whatever then, because it legit just sounds like an experience. It sounds like it's telling you, a story, even though it's, in a loop. That's what people liked about Falk. I think it's Falk. But nevertheless, I don't, because I don't know if Ed would be the Shune of Street Fighter, because it's to be the Shune, what would we call a Shune as a character then? You have to be more than just boring, because there are many boring looking characters.
Oh, okay. How would I describe a Shune of someone? One, their outfit is a little all over the place. Two,
I think
their overall design does not fit their personality.
far as like drawing the parallel with Ed, if you ask me, you're 0 for 2. You're 0 for 2. I'm not saying Ed's default is the greatest thing ever, but it ain't all over the place. I know that.
It's a little all.
Nah,
It's not horribly.
I don't
but
see
like,
it. Creepy, your verdict, please.
It's the
Gamers.
hat. And
What? What'd you
Okay.
say? What'd you say?
Gamers.
What about him?
I don't know.
You're just being nonsense.
Honestly, Ed's kind of overly designed.
Really?
He has from
Compared to
Street
Shunei?
Fighter.
Compared to
Not
Shunei?
compared to Shune's over designed, yes, but Ed's overly designed in a different way. They're not really comparable.
No, that's what I'm
well,
saying. Like,
okay,
I
that
don't-
also adds.
Ed's
points
cape
as well.
is kind of stupid looking. His colors are kind of meh, and his design is kind of.
Oh my god! You know what's so
Yeah.
crazy about what Syrin actually said? Because I just realized that Creepy was talking about the one where you put him side by side with the Jin Doji Won character. And then since you called him the Shunei of you called him the Shunei of freaking Street Fighter 5, and much like Shunei, he has a jacket as a king.
Yeah.
Okay,
other thing
I
is,
concede.
though-
I concede. You got me.
The other thing,
Go ahead.
the other one that also makes it more like the Shunei of Street Fighter 5 is Street Fighter has a lot of different designs, but they've always been a bit more tame than KOF designs, apart from maybe Abigail. But if you look at, like, say, I don't know, there's some you've seen SNK characters. They can be either they can be a little generic, a little basic, or they can be batshit crazy with design.
Yeah.
Or they can be really cool, and then you have Street Fighters like this guy's got a gi, this guy's got a gi, this guy's got a gi, this one has tights, this one's entire ass is hanging.
Johnny in the chat
This
says
guy-
Luke's design is too millennial.
Oh, well, I mean, that's just kind of fitting. I wouldn't say it's horrible.
I wonder if
It's just
he's
his hair.
I wonder if he's alluding to the whole thing with like people are saying like they basically made a Logan Paul character and shoved it into freaking Street Fighter.
Man,
You haven't-
Logan Paul.
You haven't seen that?
No, I've seen it.
Okay. So many people.
I haven't seen people make that comparison. but I
Oh
know
yeah.
that-
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen that so many times. It's like it got old so much. Remember how I told you the mess with the Street Fighter artist freaking drawing in on like the freaking SNK silhouettes got old or whatever? Like
Yeah.
that freaking mess with Logan Paul and Street Fighter 5 got old, and like think about it. This mess just happened. It just happened.
The comparison I've seen so much of, probably, or the most common one I've seen is him, and I think his name's Steve Fox from Tekken.
I could see it. I could see it.
I can kind of see it. It's just that Steve Fox, yet again, doesn't look like he's about to OD, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think they didn't. You're right. They didn't over design him there. But yeah, like like I said, Ed's basic was just like it was just that. It's just basic. Shunei isn't basic. He's just overdone to the point where it's like, can you please stop trying already? He's already overdone.
Plus the fact that his personality doesn't really fit his design.
By the way, I think somebody pointed out, I don't know what the YouTube channel is. I need to look it up. But somebody was talking about they were able to tolerate Sylvie Paul's design because I guess they like a little color wheel for her or whatever. They said like she's a lot more color coordinated than Shunei is. Who is it? What was it? The worst KOF 15 character? Was it?
Yeah, I know. I've seen that video before. It's
What was the channel's name? Sugar Punch Design Works. There we go. Shout out to Sugar Punch Designs. I like that name, Sugar Punch Design Works. But yeah, like, I never thought about it because they did clickbait as because I thought it was already Andy. I'm like, Andy, I don't think he's bad. He's just, again, like Ed, basic. Very basic.
Who, Andy?
Yeah, like and like it fits him, don't get me wrong, like it actually fits him. But compared to like most everybody else, he's basic. But I mean, at the same time, I think Andy's charm is in the playing rather than just the outfit. That's why,
That and its overall personality as well.
yeah. Especially with that
Like
mess you
he's not.
that mess you
Yeah.
posted where he's like you can't even.
Oh,
No, wait, that was
the one.
talking about like my can't even bang like this the least popular Bogart brother.
Oh yeah, no, that's funny as well. I thought you were talking about the one where I said like Andy.
Yeah,
I posted it to the game theory one. Where it was like Andy has erectile dysfunction from the Southtown hot dogs.
oh my god. Okay, it was you. Okay, that was you, Shurichi. Thanks. But yeah, like I said, Luke, his playstyle saved him from me pulling a creepy on him and just ripping him to shreds in my freaking trailer. Because I don't like really being. I mean, I don't like being negative and everything because gamers are so good at that. Like gamers, for the most part, honestly, just to make it clear, they are good at being freaking negative the same way we all breathe in. It don't take much effort. I think Creepy was talking to me yesterday. I forgot whom he was talking about, but it was somebody where it's like they're bashing stuff, and it's like, I mean, we all get it. Why did you have to bring your outlook to the table like it's any different than ours? It's like, I don't like doing that. But I mean, and unfortunately, like, I'm not saying like, that's stopping me from like, criticizing something. It's just unfortunately people take it that way. Look at freaking that one idiot that got so mad about me dissing Shune's trailer. I mean, the only thing I regret not saying in the my Shune reaction was the one thing that I thought that was good about it, and that was the music. I mean, the music.
There's just one thing I wanted to bring up that just reminded me of it. So I saw this video this one guy had made. He said something about why max mode sucks, basically. Maybe I just interpreted it as that. But basically, to get to the basics, he's complaining about max mode and like, oh, yada yada, makes it too easy for people to combo. And I'm like, isn't that the whole point? Isn't it so you could special to special?
Don't tell me somebody's saying that max mode is another one of these casualization of fighting games that's destroying them. Please don't tell me that's what they were saying.
It wasn't that necessarily, but it was more like, to me, it felt like just like some person being a crybaby over not fully or getting their ass whooped because of max mode. It just felt more like that kind of thing. I've seen it before. I remember I had posted my one video to Reddit about how maybe hyperdrive is coming back in KOF 15, and someone had commented in it, and it was like, well, personally, I don't like this because Mr. Karate Infinite. I'm like, have you ever heard of rolling? And he never responded.
Wait a minute. So he said like there was a Mr. Karate Infinite, but the problem with it was he didn't know how to roll?
I have no idea.
Because
it's been a while, but my god.
Because if that's the case, that's not an infinite. You just don't know how to block. You are fundamentally.
Let me see if I can.
You're fundamentally inferior. You missed some fundamentals. Like, people don't realize when you don't get the fundamentals of games and everything, then everything is gonna look bad to you. Everything is gonna look broken because unfortunately, like, it's not the game's fault. You just don't know what you're doing. It's like the same. All right, appreciate.
Okay, I found it.
Jose's dropping out. Then, nice to.
Okay.
Favorite chopper. Nice to have you, Jose. Thanks for always stopping by. Appreciate you. But
it was HD cancels in 13 gave every single character touch of death. Some characters just needed 2 bars tops to kill everyone.
So
how quote unquote fun does that person take?
Man, I'd throw that person in. I'd throw him in the trash, man. You just don't know how to block, man. That's all it is.
I said, yeah, but you can do that too. Plus, if you know what you're doing, you won't get TOD'd.
You know what I tell people that talk about mess like that? You know what I tell them? You complain about this in KOF. You want something silly? Play MVC2 with some people that really know the game. Play them. Play that mess and see how good it... Play that mess. Because
Yeah.
even with the craziness that was in, because he's talking about, what was he talking about, 13?
Yeah, he's talking about 13's hyperdrive, and like, but everyone can do that. It's not OP. If literally everyone can do that, you have a way to actively avoid it.
When Creepy talks about the fact, and I talk about it too, when Faust needing buffs, then we actually make sense because what we're stating is fact. It's not meta matching, it's not theory fighting, it's straight up there. You know, Faust is the only character in Guilty Gear Strive that cannot wall break with a super, reliably so. And the reason why that is so important because when you get wall breaks with supers, you get a free Oki. AKA, you get to do a setup while they're getting up from the ground.
Yeah.
Faust can't do that, but everybody can. And not so much the fact that Faust can't do it. I mean, if you're really just lucky and the RNG is simping for you, then maybe you'll get like a random item that will cause like a wall break super whatever then, but that's not reliable. Everybody has a reliable one. So like then you have the mess where he goes into that cinematic with the wheelchair. It's like that mess resets you to the center. And on top of that, not only do you not get a wall break, but also you lost positioning because even with a character like Faust, I mean, the corner is the worst place to be for any character in any fighting game anywhere. And he gives up his positioning by doing that super. That's stupid. Okay? Like this person, like not you, Syrin, but this person talking about getting TOD and max mode and everything and all that. Look, I know I'm a competitive player and most people who are casuals and everything, you know, the gap is there, but let me tell you something. I don't care if you're the most casual player on the face of the planet. When you get into these forums and talk about certain things with a game being broken, when in actuality the truth is that you don't have your fundamentals down, it's time for some people who know about the game to start preaching to you then. You forfeited the little shield of you crawling back into your casual cubbyhole. You just stepped up here talking some mess, so now we gotta set you straight. But with these games like here, you know, 13, MVC2, any game that you can get TOD'd in, you know why I liked all those games even though it was a bugger getting one hit killed? It taught me to be better defensively. When they can't open you up, the infinites, the TODs don't mean squat. Footsies, neutral game, all of that matters in all of these games, even with the games where you can kind of cheat, like Marvel, like Dragon Ball Fighters. And even still, like, you're not really cheating when you play footsies in those games. It's just, it's different. Like, instead of worrying about like where your button is coming in and like, can I tag them with this, where I'm a whiff punish from here? In a game like Dragon Ball Fighters, you gotta worry about, what do they call it, super dashing, dragon dashing? You gotta worry about that. But there's an answer for it. Down fierce. Down whatever the heck it is. I haven't played Dragon Ball Fighters in over a year at this point. But it's like, come on now. Because people love to make statements like what you said, and then they'll crawl into their little casual couple. I'm a casual gamer. I don't play like to be like the best in the world and everything. But yet you're over here talking about tech. You're talking about tech. You cannot have it both ways. You can't. And I really don't like when people do that because some developers are dumb enough to listen to folks like that. I don't know if it's that prominent in fighting games, but I know from the limited experience I had with certain MOBAs, that's definitely the case. Because characters get over buffed and they get over nerfed. So, come on now. That's a good note to end it on because freaking Creepy wanted me to freaking play some freaking match. Oh man. But those of you who still stuck around because, 4 people in there. But regardless, if you stuck by, commented, attributed to the conversation, contributed, not attributed. Or whether you just sat by just to watch and everything, then appreciate y'all coming by. Sorry it's been so long, but we have been zigging, zagging, and doing all types of stuff within the past couple of weeks. Y'all already know what it is, and if you're watching and you don't know, you'll figure it out. Curse you, John Laurinaitis.
Anyway,
that's the dumbest. That's one of the dumbest catchphrases ever.
Does everyone want to get their guess for next week, or like a final guess?
I'm still sticking with the theory. I think I think SNK is gonna match, you know, Capcom's new character with their own new character. Everybody's still drawing blanks. Maybe until I see Neo Geo now do like his drawing, and maybe if it gets, you know, over with me, I'm still sticking by it. I think that this is somebody new. They're gonna, you know, especially if people, which I think it's overestimated, if people are really like having like a very badly lukewarm reaction to Luke, I think now would be the perfect time to strike with your own new character if you think you got something cooler than that. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, granted, I think it's grossly overstated. I do believe some of them. I do believe some people when they say it's like, you know, they're fed up with like the stuff that Capcom is like, we want this, we want this, we want this. I believe them. Now it's up
Hey, I hate to interrupt, but I got to drop for now.
Yeah, we're about to close it up too. Thank you for stopping by, Mr. Creeps, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Boss man, I should call you. Yeah, but yeah, I do believe certain people when they at least hope. I hope so. I always hope people that say that they're getting tired of something with a company actually act on that, because it makes no sense you saying something like that and then continuing to give them money.
Yeah.
That is why, and Shuichi with this another meme that's been going around is that they guess like, because he's like saying this Li Jingfei with some muscles. They're like, man. Because there's been another running gag going around with people like guessing like the pretty girls in the high school girls team, and like saying, oh, they got jacked up. They were freaking hitting the gym hard. Because I think somebody did. I saw one for Hanako too. Now that one honestly would kind of make some sense, seeing that it's a tiny petite girl who's being a sumo. So I guess that would kind of make some sense. Even though it would be kind of interesting seeing a Hanako with that. What was it? What's the sisters' names? The Kefla with a Kefla twist almost. It'd be kind of interesting. But I still stand by. I think it's gonna be somebody new. I think they're gonna, you know, play off of Capcom again. I mean, hey, Evo started. We're not right ever since yesterday. Evo is going on right now. Why not?
Oh, jeez. All right. For me, I guess my final guess will be Hua. I think there's a good chance it could be Hua. Also, it's who I kind of want it to be. But that's my main guess. And yeah, if you haven't already, and you like anime stuff, you can check out my latest video I posted. I went to an anime convention, so check that out.
Sure did. There's one reason y'all didn't get a Shattering, so.
Yeah.
But yeah. What's up? Anything else?
I said, nope. That's it.
All right then. Well, we appreciate y'all being patient with us there. Like, I've had a bust up of a day. I might chill and play some stuff, but I might just lay down because Syrin knows that. I don't know if any of you saw it. I legit came over from like a stream on Creepy's channel where hung out with his chat, played some Guilty Gear Strive, also with another guy that works, another friend of ours, Aiko. So I legit freaking. Oh man, like it's been a busy freaking night. I'm kind of wiped, even though I've just been sitting over here playing games and talking.
Yeah.
Oh boy, but yeah, that's all we got there. Until next time, I will be keeping an eye on some interesting Evo announcements. I might comment on some here and there around the square. But until then, of course, thank you for joining us on the Shattering. We will catch y'all next time, unless something else comes around.
Yep.
Later,
Bye-bye.
folks. See ya.
Cool.